Okay. So I'm Kat. I'm the bard. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, your guys are coming in all good.
Okay.
According to our viewer. So
Okay, good.
We'll get started. So
Awesome.
Hello. I'm going to be running the module from this book right here that you can get on the DM's Guild. Xanathar's lost notes to everything else. It's all nice and colored. And
I didn't know you could order it printed.
Yeah, they actually had
the cover to that is gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, yes, it is. There's a little goldfish.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, he's a beholder that has a pet goldfish. It's adorable.
Oh my god.
That's wonderful.
Okay, so we'll be starting in the lands of Chult. And the lands of Chult are mostly known throughout the world of the Forgotten Realms as jungle, just jungle everywhere. Not many people there. The ones that are there are in this port town called Port Naranzaro. Port Naranzaro trades a lot of raw goods. It's ridiculously got a lot amount of money coming in and out, to the point where the Lords of Waterdeep are actually pretty envious of the amount of money that comes to and fro from there, and even though they do a lot of trade there. Yeah, Madi's switched her video off due to internet reasons, YM. But, so, you are all here for one reason or another. We'll go one at a time. So, Varth, what are you doing right now in Port Naranzaro? It's a nice Sunday.
I am trying to find the ever-elusive fish. I need it for my ritual.
Okay, so you're asking around town?
I have to find it.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in town. The Chultans, you're pretty sure you know what the Chultans look like, but they're maybe half the town. The other half are foreigners. So you're probably not asking any of the foreigners unless they look like they know something. There's quite a few taverns that you're at that you can go to, and there's a little halfling and a human that you were talking to that apparently came here to adventure, and they had a treasure map, and you were discussing with them, oh, wait, what is it? What is this about? When suddenly a snake with wings flies right over to you. It has a little note tied to it. Looks like a cute little coral snake with like parrot feathers on it.
I greet the snake.
It says, hi.
What brings you here?
Master put note on me. It for you.
I take the note.
Okay. The note tells you that you are supposed to go to a specific stall where apparently they sell bean juice. And they give you directions and everything.
Bean juice sounds disgusting.
All right. Now, Madi, what do you
I go to the stall.
I imagine Azra's just on the dock somewhere. She just came here to explode things. She's been kind of adventuring her way down the Sword Coast, and she's just like, yeah, I'm just ready to set them things on fire. So she's just on the dock somewhere, kind of walking around, figuring out what our plan is.
Okay. There's actually near the docks, there is where they do a bunch of dye work. Now, cotton isn't a resource they can find in Chult, but the fabrics get brought in and dyed with all the various dyes that they can make from the sea critters and the plants in the area. And there's a certain shop that you can go to that you probably got most of your nice purple garb to match your horns from.
Yes, I'm into that.
And got little pieces of fabric for your little mouse, Morty. And
very important.
the shop you're at, there's a cat, and it's blue fur, but it's got a white like tipped nose and white little paws, and it doesn't like Morty very much. Every single time you go there, it seems to try to set up some kind of trap to get Morty, but it never works.
Now that's just rude, I tell the cat. And I immediately hide the mouse back in his little pouch, like, stay away.
The owner goes, oh, Tom, stop it! And she gets out her broom. She starts smacking the cat, and the cat yelps, and it runs off into the marketplace.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That's adorable.
Always attacks my customers' pets. How annoying. Oh, what's this? And she like points off over your shoulder, and you see a monkey with wings flying towards you.
Whoa. Hey, buddy.
It lands uncomfortably on your adjacent shoulder that Morty is not on.
Uncomfortable with this.
It has a little note in its hands, and it just like hands it to you.
I'm leaning very far away from the monkey, but I will take the note.
It surprisingly doesn't smell too bad, like it's bathed recently. Must be someone's pet monkey or something.
Cool.
Okay.
So now I know monkeys haven't learned to write. That's a good thing, probably.
Morty might know to write. Did you teach Morty how to write?
We'll find out, I assume.
He uses like a little claw to
His tiny hands.
Yeah.
He just like dips it in the ink and writes it down.
I'm just remembering that like old Disney movie Mulan where like the little cricket types like a typewriter.
Yes.
Gotta jump on the keys.
Be adorable. So, Dagger, what are you doing in Port Narnzaro?
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's like a good place to find like books and stories or anything like that around here. But otherwise I'd probably be in a tavern trying to see if anybody's heard anything interesting, like any kind of various different ruins that have been found or anything of that sort. Just looking for interesting stories.
Okay. Do you think you would be traveling to more of a quiet tavern? Or a more rowdy, like something from Pirates of the Caribbean kind of tavern? Because they're.
I feel like she'd probably be comfortable in both, but which do you think she'd find better stories in, or better rumors is the thing? Because she's actually looking for someone, but she doesn't know how much of themselves they told about while they were here.
You've heard from both. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, that was my alarm to feed the dog.
Chat's asking, would you be singing in the tavern?
I might be, but I'd probably be more doing, I have this, like, well-known, ballad that my character plays. And it's called the Siren Pirate Queen. And it is supposedly, at least she claims, a first-hand account of when she was kidnapped by pirates and then befriended and seduced their captain before escaping in the night and swimming 30 miles to the nearest port.
Give me a charisma check on that one.
Okay. Just a check or like a persuasion or what? Oh, God, I didn't roll well.
Like that plus proficiency in your charisma modifier.
Okay,
so proficient
okay.
on telling tales.
Yeah, so it would be a 9 because I rolled a little 3.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Most
I'm probably a little drunk at this point.
most people take it as you just drunk rambling, but there's
probably.
This patron here looks rather smelly, and he's got he hasn't shaved in quite a while. He's got like a little fly buzzing right above him, and he's like, "That's an impressive feat." As he sloshes ale everywhere.
It was very tiring. I will tell you, I was so exhausted when I got back to port. It was crazy. I slept for like 8 days. So what's your name? I'm Dagger.
My name is Tim.
Hi, Tim.
You can tell he's obviously a foreigner here.
Okay.
Possibly a sailor.
I ask whichever tavern person or barmaid or whatever is nearby, be like, can I have one of whatever he's been drinking? Because he seems like he's had a good night.
You see a Chultan woman, and she's dressed in nice silk garments. She's got actually golden bracelets on, which you've noticed is a fairly common accessory here in Chult.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is not as much of a value here as it is in other places in the world. So it's just more of a trinket for her. And
Mm-hmm.
she leans over to you and she goes, I don't think you'll want what he's having. It tastes like pretty bad.
I mean, I'm willing to try anything once.
All right. And she gives you a tankard, and it will cost 5 copper.
Okay.
I'm
going to take a big swig, and knowing it's probably going to taste terrible.
Okay. You take a big swig of the brew. First roll of the... hit the mic. First roll of the night. And it actually just tastes really watered down. Doesn't taste too bad.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
Yep. When you hear, got a message,
I look around.
A little parrot flies through the door, because there's no wooden doors here. They're just they're just open ways. Because it's so hot and humid here, can't really close off a building. And it just flies in, and it lands right at your table. And he goes, get, says the drunk guy.
I just pull out a little piece of travel bread from my pocket from my trail rations and feed it to him. What do you got, buddy? And try and reach over, and does it have a note tied to it or something? Or?
Yes, it has a little note tied to its little bag.
I'm gonna pull the note off.
Okay, you all read the note, and you see that it is from the port master, and he wants you to go to the port. He has potential work for all of you.
I'm gonna give the bird a little pet, and then be like, okay, do I remember where the port master hangs out, or know anything about this guy?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Now, would this be history?
Yeah, sure. It's going to be a low DC.
Okay. Well, I rolled an 18, so
okay.
21.
Okay, you know a lot about this man. You've actually probably talked to him a bit. His name is Zendar, and he is a half-dragon. He's a gold half-dragon mage. He's actually a very powerful mage, but he uses all of his spells for day-to-day activities at the port. He'll use dominate monster spells to tame any animals on the ships that have gone awry. If they're exporting a T-Rex or something, you'll use dominate monster to calm it down so they can restrain it.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
That's cool.
I got a picture of him right here, and it should be up in a few seconds.
Let's see if I can get Twitch to work now.
Since you get such a high roll, metagame a little bit, he's a 17th level wizard. So he is really powerful.
I figure my character has Arcana, so she'd probably know how powerful a spell Dominate Monster is, because it's a pretty high level spell.
You've actually the first time you saw him, he actually looked like he blinked out of existence, and then was somewhere else within a few seconds.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure
that's
that was
cool.
a 9th level spell of some kind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make him upset.
No.
And you thought his breath attack would be bad.
Now, is he an actual half dragon, or is he a dragonborn?
You know for sure he is a half dragon. His mom was a gold dragon.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's terrifying and awesome. Oh, well, at least he's a gold dragon. Those are the good ones.
Yes. He's very he keeps everything in order for the good of the port kind of guy.
Understandable.
So you all head towards the harbor ward specifically. And
unless it flies off, I'm just going to keep the little parrot on my shoulder, feeding him little biscuits.
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
Wow, getting a lot of rolls from Dagger.
I'm making all the checks today.
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah, the parrot's taking a liking to the food, so it's staying with you. And
Okay.
New friend.
Everyone's got a friend now.
I'm just going to steal his pet parrot. It's mine now. No.
You also notice that it's very well groomed. you'll turn around the corner, all of you, maybe at different times, but you go to turn around the corner to go to the harbor ward, and you spot each other, and you also notice Zendar, a tall half-dragon covered in golden scales, and they gleam in the afternoon sun. He peers at all of you for a moment and says, "Did you get my note?"
I got a note, and I like hold up a little piece of paper.
Yes.
Yep.
Good. Follow me. And he takes his scepter and he puts it on the ground, all like it's a cane and how do you do, and he goes to head towards a building on the northern part of the port.
I just sort of follow. Now, have we met each other at this point, or? Because
you've seen each other. You might recognize your face, but I don't.
Okay.
You guys haven't talked to each other yet.
Okay.
Well, mask in my case, you won't see my face.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you mean each other.
I imagine both of you probably stand out a little bit. And judging by the stories that I tell and the chaos I get up to, probably heard some about me.
Yeah, Azra's gonna say, "Aren't you that one that swam like 1,000,000 miles or something?"
Yeah.
That one time?
Yeah,
I know
I've
you.
seen you and your little cute matching mouse. That's adorable. What's his name?
His name's Morty.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's not short for anything. It's just Morty.
Okay. All right. I just follow behind.
A random person behind you says, "Mordekainen."
I would probably know that name.
Silent. She just looks off into the clouds like, doo-doo-doo.
Must have been hearing things. He's got a book coming out, and he just walks up.
Foam of toes.
He was like a nobleman or something. Anyway, he takes you to his office. That's where this building's at. You know that for certain. And you go inside. He's got a secretary there. She just looks like she's half awake. Like all she does is sit in this small little room with a desk and waits and tells people that he's too busy to talk to them. And it looks like that's her job.
I know that feeling intimately.
Same.
She doesn't even bat any of you an eye and just kind of like stares off into space and she says, "Welcome back."
I just sort of give a little wave before we follow him.
Has she got like piles of paperwork on her desk or anything?
Yes, you're not sure which ones are completed and which ones aren't. It's just piles.
I'm just going to bend down next to her and be like, "Do you want me to set those on fire? Because I can do that if you want. Then you just won't have to deal with it anymore."
You know, I kind of would like you to do that, but I kind of need the money for this job.
That's fair. I've been there. I've done some less savory things than that. You do you, lady. And then I'm going to follow the dude.
Did someone say fire? You hear him say as he turns around. Looking around the hallway.
No.
I just like, I don't know what you're
fire.
talking about. I didn't hear anything.
Well, better not have another incident again.
Again.
It has been 0 days since last fireball.
Last fire.
You
It's like a
actually see,
whiteboard, a chalkboard.
you actually do see a little sign that says it has been 1 day since an accident in the office.
I'm just imagining that when he gets really ticked off, he's just like burns everything in the office.
Everywhere.
And then because like he's a 17th level wizard, just brings it all back. Just like, nope, it's fine. I totally didn't have a meltdown.
The equivalent of a wizard stress toy. Your entire office.
Yeah.
Your office is this little squeezy thing that he squeezes to relax.
Exactly.
Just burns down the paperwork in the office.
Just uses 5th level spells as a fidget toy.
He uses Big B's hand on the squeezy toy when he's angry. The squeaking is both satisfying and terrifying at the same time. It's a little Tarrasque. You see it on his desk. You see a little Tarrasque squeaky toy, and like the little spikes look like they poke out when they're squeezed.
That's adorable.
And they're like round tipped because it's all made of like a weird rubbery material. But his office is really, really nice. Like he's got red velvet furniture and mahogany arms on all the furniture. Everything's, of course, looks very draconic, both a mix between like draconic and aquatic. You see a portrait in the background of him and the dragon turtle that you know that guards the port. And it seems like somebody did a painting of both of them together. And it's him on the dock. And he's like, and like right next to him is the dragon turtle, and it doesn't look too amused.
Azra is noticeably not touching anything. She's keeping her hands like very much to herself, like behind her back. Like
I'm probably actually like gonna go over and like poke the Tarrasque toy to see how squishy it is.
How hard do you poke it?
I mean, like relative poking it. I just want to
check
what it feels like. Like I'm not gonna pick it up. I don't want to break it or anything. I'm just curious.
Okay, you poke it. It is it's soft, but it immediately forms its shape back. It felt like almost like tough molasses soft, but then it bounced back. You're assuming it might be magical or something.
Oh, okay.
But he goes and sits in his cushioned chair and gazes out this wide window that is on the opposite wall of the portrait. They seem to be like perfectly symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
I go look out the window. He's looking out. Kind of like walk over and look out.
You see the harbor, and you see many boats coming in and out, and you also see a statue of a Chultan, and he is carrying a big spear, and he has a shield to go with it. Very, very like African warrior kind of look to him, but he's got like the King Kamehameha like headdress going.
Okay.
Very, very noble looking. And he says, "That statue is Nabuso, the great king." Dagger, since you're an archaeologist, give me a history check.
15.
Okay, you know that this king never existed.
I like sort of like the rest of the people that aren't facing me, because I imagine he's still looking out the window. Like I kind of look over to Azra and be like, just shake my head, but I don't say anything.
Okay. He continues. He tells all who visit the port of Chult that this land will never be conquered. However, he gestures towards two ships out the window, and they seem to be flying no flags on their masts. There are those who would swindle us or attempt to undermine our independence. Those ships entered the harbor under cover last night, and they fly no flags. Usually I would take them as petty smugglers, but my allies believe otherwise, and my thoughts are plagued with suspicion. He goes to gently brush his weird tendril beard as he says that. An anonymous merchant prince has barred me from issuing a search warrant on their ships. But there is a loophole in the law. I humbly request your aid in this matter. I cannot do anything about it, but possibly you can. I would like you to board these ships in secret and bring me their manifests proof of their cargo. If they are what I suspect, you could always get more gold from this. But if they are mere traders, then I'll just give you this pay, as he pulls from under his desk a bag of gold coins. You visibly see the gold coins. And you can be on your way.
Azra's eyes light up immediately. As soon as she sees the gold, she's like, okay, yes, I'm down. You guys down?
I'm like,
If they are
I could use some extra gold.
Of the city, then they are here to deceive people. Deception is bad for this city that you have.
Yes, indeed.
Then I will help. In exchange, I wish to not have your coins of the ground.
I'll take his share.
I only wish to have information on the location of a fish.
Ah, I see. You're like the tabaxi here. You value knowledge more than gold.
Is it just any
that
fish?
of
Because there's
this
plenty.
city. No, it is a specific
Oh.
fish.
Okay.
One that is necessary for my ritual.
That makes more sense.
That's foreboding, he says.
Assuredly, the ritual is benign to this city, beneficial to myself, as it will ascend me to the next stage of life my deity seeks me to have.
Ah, I see. You're one of those folks. All right. Well, I'm sure I can get you that information. At least
I'm like,
what I
actually,
know.
still, he made a good point. Information is probably a little bit more valuable. Like, I'd still like the gold, but if you have any information on an individual that came in a couple of weeks ago, because like you're the harbor master. Oh crap! Hang on. Sorry, I just loaded up Twitch and it's so loud. I'm looking for information on a woman that came into port a couple of weeks ago or so. I can give you a name.
Yes. I can do... What name would that be?
It's Tessel Greycastle.
Tessel Grey.
I believe she was probably here on some kind of expedition, but I don't know exactly where we were going to meet.
He snaps his fingers and ink and quill pen shows up in his hand, and he pulls a tome out and he starts writing down the name.
Okay.
I'll look that up for you then.
Certainly. I mean, take your time. I haven't seen her in a while. It's fine.
All right. Well, off you go. I have other matters to attend to at the harbor. I'm a very busy man.
Okay.
Of course.
Are you a man?
He looks down at his broad draconic shoulders and goes, yes.
Okay, noted. I was just curious.
Oh. He just like scoffs off. Obviously leading you guys out of his office first.
Mm-hmm.
What's everyone's passive perception checks now that I think about it?
11.
Yeah, 11. Perception isn't her greatest thing.
My passive that's just like 10 plus wisdom mod, right?
That's
unless you have perception proficiency.
Yeah. No. 15 then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's my passive.
Okay. Okay, Varth, you notice as you guys were walking out, just very briefly, it looked like the secretary was asleep, but the second you guys, like the creak of the floorboards of you guys moving out, she like immediately woke up and it looks like she's like pretending to do work again. She has abacus out and you just see her just like sliding random shapes on the abacus. Like she's doing math or something.
Yeah.
Oh. Totally working.
I just lean down and I'm like, you know where to find me if you need the fireballs. You got it. And then, walk off like nothing happened.
You know, he's
I'd be
ready.
like, when she walks past, I'm like, and I could put the fire out.
We make a good team already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is something I forgot to acknowledge. So you guys do know each other before now. You probably knew each other by name, but maybe would you have gone past that, you think?
I'm imagining that we probably maybe met each other on the boat here, because both of us arrived here not that long ago and would have had to take a ship here from Faerun. So I'm thinking like she's probably heard my name when I was doing my like various different ballads and just talking around and everything.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm very visible, so I feel like everybody's seen me around somewhere.
Varth has pretty much been at the port like nearly the entire time he's been in the city. He didn't come from Faerun specifically, so he wouldn't have taken a boat here. But he definitely hailed from elsewhere in the nearby connected land masses.
Dagger, actually, both Dagger and Azra, give me a knowledge history check. on
Yay.
Varth. They might know what region you're from your accent or something, you know.
Oh,
My dice just hit the floor. Oh,
Yeah, that's
so
a
much
9.
worse. That's a 10.
10.
I got a 9.
Okay, yeah. You're both
You don't know
really,
Taking
anything.
the one on the floor.
you both are like, he's got a really suspicious foreign accent, even for these lands.
He sounds foreign.
Without,
his S's are very weird.
you don't even need to do a religion check. You recognize that on his wooden face mask is the symbol of Itasha, right?
Esticia.
Esticia. I see the name, but I never pronounce it right.
Right.
Yeah. I had to get coached on how to say that one.
Standard Favornian deities. Really easy to read, terrible to pronounce.
Yeah.
All you know is that she's a water god of some kind. And that a lot of aquatic elves worship her. But yeah, so you guys head out. You'll notice he's already in a hurry, going off somewhere else in the port. One of the workers actually seems to be walking up equally as fast and is like, "Oh, the shipment just arrived," and they go off.
Okay.
Like the completely opposite side of the harbor. And the 2 ships that he asked you to investigate are the only 2 without flags, and they're like right next to his office, pretty much.
Do they have guards at the post at the docks?
Give me a perception check.
I'm actually going to check and see as well.
Okay.
Just see what I can see. That's a 6.
19.
Oh, wow.
That's more like it.
Those are some well-cut eye slits in your mask. You can see with your keen eye that one of the ships seems to have, you can just make out, there's like some guy on deck who seems to be working, like maybe swabbing. And the other one seems to have 2 workers there. You can't really make out what they're doing, though.
Okay.
I don't see any armed guards, but that one ship over there seems to only have someone mopping.
The one mopping, you see that it has, on the side of the boat, it is named the Flying Adder.
Okay, so I looked at Azra and I'm like, so I'm pretty sure you're some kind of spellcaster. I don't exactly do quiet magic. So like invisibility isn't a thing I can do. We're supposed to be going on there unseen. I don't know that that's the thing that I can help with.
I'm good at explosions. That's pretty much
great.
Varth is good at poisoning
sleep.
things.
That's at least kind of stealthy.
I feel like we should have clarified how many people he's okay with ending up hurt or dead.
You guys know that murder is illegal in Port Narnzara.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, like, we're not going to announce it. But I'm like, I can put people to sleep. Putting people to sleep isn't illegal as far as I know.
If they were asleep and we were to walk on board, there would be no one there to tell us we are not supposed to be.
That's true. They would probably see me before I cast the spell, though, because I got to be pretty close. Let me actually consult my book and see how close I have to be. Oh, well, I have a range of 90 feet, so I guess if I'm quiet, I could probably get close enough.
Okay.
How are we going to get out there, though? Are we going to swim?
No,
Are they?
they're
That's
at
actually
dock.
the thing, or they're at the dock.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
They're anchored and everything.
I didn't roll perception, so I was just like not looking at it.
Here it's boats. Where?
You notice Morty, we'll say Morty like sneezed and it was really cute and it distracted you.
That's entirely possible.
And he just like started rubbing his little face.
So I'm going to put him on my shoulder so everyone can see.
He like uses the little scarf that you made him as like a tissue handkerchief.
That's adorable.
Does Dagger still have the parrot, by the way?
Yes.
Oh!
I'm going to introduce them very carefully. No one's eating my mouse.
As far as I know, parrots don't eat mice.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. Typically,
seeing
I
that she
think-
has a pet mouse, did that flying snake go away?
Oh, yeah. It gave you the message. It said, hi.
Oh, thank God.
and left.
Okay. Good. Just wanted to make sure.
The parrot just like sits in your shoulder and it like turns its face sideways so one of its eyes is looking at the mouse, but that's all it does. It's just
Okay.
one intelligence bird just like looking around.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I tell the bird, "You're friends now." Okay. and then I put Madi back on my shoulder.
It says, friends now.
That's adorable.
All right. The one ship was the flying adder. That was the one with the one guy swabbing, and the one with two guys up there. That one was named the Wicked Gaze. Now, are any of you from Waterdeep?
No.
No, I've been there, but I'm not from there. No.
Okay. There would have been a knowledge check on
crafting.
it.
Oh God. Okay. I do not think I'm from there. I think I'm probably from some little tiny podunk town. I've probably been through there, but not necessarily for long.
Okay. The DC will be really high, but if you guys really want to, you can do a knowledge history check on these ships.
Let's do it.
Sure. 15.
Okay.
16.
Ooh. Varth, you good?
Varth does not know of this history you speak of.
Okay, so the Wicked Gaze, you're just like, I think I've seen that name or heard of that name before, but you're not sure where.
Unless that ship happened to have come through Callum Port at any point, Varth has not seen it.
No. No, it hasn't.
Okay, well then we're good.
Just a question. Anybody who has Twitch up, can you see my messages?
What are your messages under?
Well, like I'm in chat and I'm saying various different stuff, but it keeps telling me that I need to verify my email.
You're not Pixelated Quota, right?
No, I would be either. I should be Stepchild of the Sun.
Yeah, no, you're not showing up, unfortunately.
Okay. Awesome. All right, then I'm just going to use my husband's Twitch then. It'll be Kevin Cat.
Okay.
Because that one actually works.
Okay, cool. So which one of these two do you want to go to? They both look very identical, besides their names. Almost like they're trying to look as mundane as possible.
Okay, so I'm gonna say let's go over to somewhere where we're not like obviously just staring at these boats, so we don't let the guards know that we're just like creeping on them. Just like go over to a pile of boxes and talk like we're about ready to get board on them, so some ship or something. Do any of these boats have like port windows lower down off the deck?
No, they don't.
Mm. Okay,
No,
so
I have the map up on Twitch for both of them because both of them use the same map.
Okay.
But the left side of the map is the top of the ship, and you can't see the second part just yet because that's inside.
So as far as we know, the only way to get in is to go on the top deck.
Yep. There's a plank on both. You could easily walk over. It's not. They're like nice and sturdy.
You see, I don't.
Is there like a port master around? Like I know that there's the big guy, but like is there just anybody around like collecting taxes for people coming in or whatever?
As you think of that, you look over and you see him trying to collect from like 4 different boats at once for that exact same thing. He looks like he's like.
Well, I was thinking somebody a little bit less obvious than like the half dragon guy because he kind of draws attention.
No, he's the only port master here.
Mm.
You can see that he was speaking the truth definitely when he said he's a very busy man.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if we could get some more information on him, we could see if we could like act like we're trying to, chart some passage somewhere. Well, crap, we could just like do that. Just be like, hey, how do we roll up and be like, how do we chart your boat to go to, so and so place?
Okay, so
and then sleep.
There isn't gather information in 5th edition, but I'll give you an intelligence check if you want to ask around. Because there are dark workers and stuff you can ask them too.
Okay. Well, that's what I was thinking, like some kind of dockhand that's a little bit less visible than, the dragon guy.
Yeah.
Should we all roll for that or just...
I mean, if you want to search as well, go right ahead.
I will do it.
I'm just staring intently over at the direction of the ship, seeming to think to myself. Tapping my face mask. Kind of like I'm
make a little donking
chin.
sound.
Just like, yeah.
I got a 17 in intelligence.
I only rolled a 13.
Okay. Both of you know that have heard from different sources that these two ships, like, you mentioned about them, and then, like, the workers look over, and the one's like, ooh, I remember those two being there. Must have came in overnight or something. And he continues to carry some heavy crates off of one of the other ships. And then for Madi, you see a fisherman, and he's like, yep, they came in last night. Just fishing. I don't know what they're here for, but I don't care.
Understandable.
You haven't seen his line move at all during the whole conversation either.
Okay, so do we want to just like put this guy to sleep, or do we want to try and talk him into letting us like look around?
I think we should talk to him first.
Okay.
Because we can always just try and put him to sleep as a last resort.
Okay.
Agreed.
As we're like walking up to the boat, and are we going? I ask you guys, do we want to go to the guy with the mopping or the guy with the 2 guards?
Mopping.
Okay. So as we get closer, like right before we're about to board the ship, I lean down and like try to act like I'm gonna adjust for like retie my boots, and I'm gonna cast Friends on myself. The cantrip, and it gives me advantage on charisma checks directed at one creature. So I'm going to target the guy that's mopping.
Okay.
Nice. Would I notice that?
I guess I'd have to make a sleight of hand check so that he doesn't notice.
He's not paying attention to you. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to try to hide it from anyone else.
I was just going to give you
I
a
would be
thumbs up.
hiding it from him. But yeah, as soon as I look up, I'm like you can tell that I wasn't tying my shoe because my shoes weren't untied.
I'm just going to give you a sneaky thumbs up.
Okay.
A DC 10 thumbs up sleight of hand. I'm curious, Dagger, what do you use to cast your spells with? Do you just sing or dance or a mandolin or?
I was thinking it was more of like reciting various bits of poetry, because she's like a very knowledge and book read sort of person.
Oh, cool. Okay, I like it.
So sort of just like reciting some kind of poetry about this epic love or this epic friendship that she's heard somewhere or another.
Okay.
Kind of neat.
Yeah. So as you head up to him, you see a single a single sailor swabbing the main deck. He's wearing a wide-brimmed hat and is loudly singing to himself as he works. And he, up to rise this way. As he just continues mopping. You notice that he's a
sailor song. Nice.
He's what?
He's a half elf.
Okay.
And I totally did not listen to sea shanties all week or anything. But,
it's research.
Yeah.
No, I definitely see that. So I sort of like walk around in front of him so that I don't startle him. And I just like sort of grab my backpack like I look like a traveler. I'm like, so good sir, we were looking to speak with your captain about chartering some passage.
Hey, no, he like looks around to see if anyone else is around, and he sees you two not on the boat yet, and says, "No, this isn't. It's not what we're here for. You need to go."
Well, I mean, like, I'm just asking. Like, this is a lovely boat. It's such a beautiful ship. I'm actually something of a historian, and this is just a fabulous ship. I'd love to see more of it if you don't mind. I mean, I imagine your captain's not around, so he probably wouldn't even know.
Give me a persuasion check. There you go.
And I get advantage because of friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 natural 19s.
Holy crap. Okay.
So that's a 25.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
like straight up 2 of them.
Nice.
I love these dice.
He looks at everybody. He kind of eyes Varth a little bit, but he goes, you seem harmless enough. And I don't like Captain Florina anyway. I don't care if she's mad. Come on. I'll show you around.
Okay.
I don't like mopping anyway. He puts the mop in the bucket.
I put myself between him and Voss when I see him look at him funny.
Okay. He seems more suspicious
you
just because
barely
it's a man
hear-
in a mask.
You barely
that's
hear
fair,
Varth
but-
say thank you.
Another sneaky thumbs up.
You notice he has a cutlass as a weapon as well. Now you guys are close enough. He's very stereotypical piratey looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. He takes off his wide brim hat and he does like this really over the top bow. The name is Slim Derek.
I do like this
Your
really
name's
exaggerated, sarcastic curtsy, and I'm like, and I am Dagger Catterley. I'm an archaeologist and adventurer. It is lovely to meet you.
Ah, what about you? He looks over at Varth.
We are called Varth.
Creepy. How about you? He looks
I am Azra.
In standard fashion, Varth says nothing else afterwards and just awkwardly stares.
No.
I wanted to leave this up to you because it's your character. Does your mask, because I drew it like the engravings are always glowing. Are they glowing or are they just gonna like glow?
They're not glowing yet.
Okay.
Maybe only like when you do magic or something.
Yeah, and usually when I do some sort of magic, and I think at second level I get some ability that'll pretty much make it glow all the time.
Okay, cool. So he literally escorts you guys down into the hull of the ship, and you guys were at Area 1 right there. Did you guys want to check anything else up on top of the deck before he?
I was thinking of just like doing a quick look around. I don't want to be like poking indoors or anything. I don't want to make it seem like we're obviously searching for something.
Okay. Well, up at the helm, you notice Area 2. There are 2 ballistas there, and they're like fully armed. The safety is on though, and they got a bunch of harpoons right there. And you notice up at the prow, up at number 3, you're pretty sure that's where the anchor is at, and that's a crank up there that could crank the anchor back up. And there is a sleeping man like on the crank. He's just snoozing. He looks like he should be the one guarding, but he's just asleep, like leaning on it.
Okay. Now, with having these ballistas, like, is this ship better armed than most of the ships that come in here, or is that like par for the course?
Some ship, like for this ship's size, it's about average. Like there's smaller sail ships that come in and they don't have weapons on them, but there's always, especially around Chult, you all have heard stories about pirates around Chult. That it would be almost suicidal to try to go into the port without, 1, having an offering for the dragon turtle on your way in, and 2, not having weapons to fend off pirates.
Okay.
So it's safe to assume they're there for security.
Okay. And then when we pass by, I want to look and see. I assume I would know an idea of where like the captain's place would be. I imagine it's like on one side of the rooms on either end of the ship. And I just want to see, does it look like there's like a big heavy padlock or something on it?
You don't see. There's two stairways that go downwards, but they both are identical. If you can see them on the map. There is grating that you can see down below, but you're about to walk down there anyway. So.
Oh, okay, so I just don't quite see. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys start walking down the creaky stairs, and he says, "Hey, we got company." And then you hear him going, "And I summoned my trap car." Oh, what? And you guys head down there, and you see that there are two more pirates down there. One is a drow, and another one is human, and they seem to have taken a bigger barrel, used it as a table, and they both have stools, and they seem to be playing a card game of some kind. They're like purple cards, pink cards, blue cards, all different colored cards. You notice they when they see two ladies on board, they like straighten up and they go to put their hats on and try to at least look presentable. Maybe not like flirty, but presentable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just immediately
Varth slinks behind someone as they look over.
Yes, stealth.
Stealth to hide behind the tiny tiefling.
They very obviously see me with it too.
Total?
Yes.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah, my dexterity.
Maybe.
Yes, 2. I rolled a 1.
Maybe like you went to go hide behind Azra, but then like you just like started like dead staring them, and they're just like that. Your stare through your little eye slits is like really noticeable. And
I just
Azra
like
kind of
immediately
tries to tuck between you.
to cut between them to sort of like break their line of sight and put my hand out and be like, "Hi, I'm Dagger Catterley. I'm an archaeologist and an adventurer, and I was just talking about how lovely and beautiful this ship is, and I just want to learn as much of it about it as I can."
the drow tilts his head like, that's kind of weird. The name's Eli. He like pulls out his hand. You notice he has hand wraps on it. It's kind of like ragged, and maybe it used to be white at one point, but it's definitely like darker yellow now. It's kind of gross.
I do have a question. I'm pretty sure my character, because like I do have Arcana and I've used the spell before. Would my character know that sleep isn't going to work on this drow and probably not going to work on the half elf?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, elves are everywhere, so it's going to be
my plan
common.
changed some there. So can I do like after introducing myself, like sort of look around and act like I'm looking at them, but I'm like trying to look behind them and see like what sort of goods or whatever they have stored down here?
Oh, I forgot to mention something very important down here.
Oh.
You hear 2 barks, and you see from behind the barrel a dog gets up, and it has 2 heads on it, and it looks like a big mastiff, but it's got 2 heads, and it's snarling at you.
Does that look like an animal or more like a not animal thing?
Give me an intelligence nature check.
Can I do that too? Because like Cat knows what that probably is, but I don't know if Dagger would.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really good. That's a 18.
Okay. How about Varth?
8.
8. Okay.
Champion of the single digits this evening.
Wow, that is a weird dog with a weird mutation to it. Dagger, this is a death dog. And you know, death dogs are, the legend goes that they're offspring of this legendary 3-headed dog named Cerberus. Their bite is really nasty because it's not something that you just get bit and it lasts for a little bit. It lasts until you cure it.
Okay.
They're like Komodo dragons with their saliva kind of poison.
Okay. Now, would I know if those are like, are they fiends or are they like monstrosities or anything like that or what?
You definitely know they're not beasts, they're monstrosities.
Okay. So, like, I take note of that, and I'm like, okay. I very noticeably don't step any closer to it, but, like, I'm trying to stay cool.
It's not chained up in any way.
Okay.
There's no collars on it or anything. But the drow, like, puts his hand down, and do any of you speak Elven?
No.
I forgot to pick my second language. So I'm going to say I'm going to roll for it and see what I have.
The small book of languages I know, Elven is not amongst them.
Okay.
I know a lot of other ones, but not Elven.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know a lot of languages.
Yes, I do.
Well, he goes, says Vanti. As he, like, puts his hand down at both the heads. And they, like, snarl at you guys, but they look at him, ears up, and immediately sit down.
I would actually know Draconic.
Okay. He goes, don't worry. He's here for security measures.
Oh, okay.
Captain's favorite pet.
That's totally understandable. These are dangerous waters.
I would not try to go sniffing around. He's got two good heads to be looking around.
That's perfectly understandable. Yeah, he's definitely a. I like sort of like on one hand I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over and say hi to the cute dog, and then I'm like, maybe not, because I just remembered how much that bite would probably hurt.
You know, these things are very aggressive. Like, it's actually probably quite a bit of a feat for this drow to tame.
Okay. And then when I was looking around, did I see anything down here other than the dog?
Yes, you see a bunch of containers. Most of them are closed, but you see one is open, and they seem to, like, be taking stuff out of it. And just from that glance, like, you know, you need to check for this. They appear to be rations of some kind, like beef jerky. Okay.
And there are no, like, stamps or anything or brands on the boxes to say what they might be?
Yes. You notice that they all say, or they all have the logo of Waterdeep on them. All of you know the city of Waterdeep, so I'm just gonna...
Yeah. Would I know, like, what would be the most likely export from Waterdeep? Like, is this just textiles, or would it be more like poison or something?
Waterdeep is just, like, one of the main trade cities in the Sword Coast.
So it could be anything.
It could be anything. They probably, you can't go with their ships are from Waterdeep, because they could have got that stuff at Waterdeep and then continued going.
Yeah.
But that shows evidence they have been in Waterdeep at some point. But yeah, all these containers seem to be of mundane stuff.
Passive perception 15. Does anything stand out?
Yeah, you notice that there are two doors on the opposite side of the ship's hold, and both of them have locks on them. One actually has, like, steel bracers on it. The other one doesn't. But the dog, one of its heads, like, looks at you, Varth, and just, like, starts to snarl, and then the driver goes, hey! And it stops.
As soon as I hear that, I just start launching in, and I'm, like, pointing at various different bits of the ship and be like, so this is a really interesting aspect of this ship that I've never seen before. Like, the architecture here on the arches is just wonderful. And while I'm just, like, rambling on about the most mundane architecture, so, like, it's super boring, but I'm hoping it's distracting. And I want to look around while I'm looking. I'm, like, pointing out various different bits of the architecture. I want to see if any of these boxes have, like, any locks on them or anything that makes them look a little bit more secure than just a crate full of cloth.
Okay, so you're acting like you're really interested in all this stuff. Give me a performance check.
Would that be performance or deception?
Performance, I'll go with.
Okay. Throwing my dice everywhere. That's a 10.
Oh. Okay. The drow looks at you and says, why'd you bring them down here? They're obviously not needed. They just wanted to look around, says the half elf.
Question. How long has it been that we've been down here?
Maybe 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, good. Because I would know how long my spell lasts, and I'm gonna want to be gone before a minute ends.
You're all spellcasters, and Dagger definitely casts something short term. She casts some kind of cantrip.
And I that lasts for a minute. I don't know if you guys would recognize what it was, but I know that after about a minute, the person I cast it on is going to know, and they might not be happy about it.
Do you want to try to tell that to them? Or?
I'm just as I'm looking around, when the guy says that, I just sort of look over at Azra and try to convey a sense of nervousness, be like, this isn't working.
Sorry, give me an insight.
Okay. Oh my god, nat 20.
Okay, you got all of that.
So insightful.
Yes. Actually, you're like, what the heck's she doing? And Morty's like, squeak, 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 and tells you.
I love that we've known each other for a day and 10 minutes, and we're like, yes, this is perfectly understandable. So I'm actually, when the guy says that, we're not really useful, I'm gonna go to move over to one of some various different aspect of the ship that looks minorly useful, maybe the mast where it comes down through the middle of the ship, and be like, and this mast, this is such a wonderful wood to use for this kind of ship. And I'm going to try and as I'm leaning over to describe it, act like I trip, and I want to cast Prestidigitation.
Okay. Wow. Okay, 2 rolls here. 2 rolls. Sleight of hand.
A sleight of hand, or okay.
And deception.
Okay. Which one first?
Doesn't matter. You're doing both at the same time.
Okay. So deception first. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay.
And sleight of hand. Oh god, that's a natural 1. So a 9 and a 3.
Okay. What are you casting for it?
So I'm casting Prestidigitation, and my goal was that when I tripped, I was hiding with the core of my body, hiding my casting of the spell, and I wanted to make a smell sort of like smoke come from the stairwell nearby.
Okay. You see the drow start to get up, and he has his hand on the hilt of his cutlass, and he says, Slim, I think you should escort them out. I don't trust them. The dog starts to growl.
I just sort of pick myself up off the floor, because I'm imagining I just face planted when I tried to fake falling, and I just actually fell. I'm just oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I understand that my expertise in architecture is not desired here. I apologize for it. And I go back over, I look to the guy that I first talked to, and I'm like, I am so sorry, Slim. It was lovely meeting all of you. And I just start backing away. I'm just gonna start walking out.
Just backing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of
I'm trying to keep it cool, but I'm also sort of doing a little bit of a power walk, because I want to get gone before that minute's over.
Okay. So you guys get back up on main deck, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, as you guys are scurrying out of there nervously, the human that was there the whole time, he goes, great, now we can get back to our card game. I'm surprised you're so enthusiastic.
Does it sound like they're following us?
No, Slim is, but the 2 down there aren't.
Okay. As we're coming back up from below deck, I want to look and see if I can see a closer look at what kind of security those doors where the captain or the quartermaster's quarters would be.
Oh, that was below deck where you guys were.
Okay.
You're pretty sure that's the only way
the locked
in
door
there.
is downstairs. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of looking over at the two of them, and I'm like, don't know what more we can do here.
Sealed doors down there were locked. Heavy locks, I saw. With that dog down there, it is not an animal. My skills cannot help us with that. But we do know they are from Waterdeep. That was at least something.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
This is more because you have a timer on your spell.
Oh,
So-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Yeah, I also got a 6.
Let me just break out my.
Azra?
I
Let
know.
me just break out my lightning fast dexterity. Oh, 10.
Believe it or not, you got the lead.
God, that's bad.
Dagger and Azra, give me a roll off. Just straight D20 roll.
Okay.
12.
9.
Okay. All right. So you guys get up there. Dagger, you got maybe 10 seconds until this spell wears off. What do you guys think?
I just grab whichever one of them is further behind me and just like, let's go.
That would be me.
And just start power walking a little bit faster.
On Slim's turn, he says, sorry about my friend down there. He's not very friendly. You know those drow.
Oh, yeah, it's totally
That's
understandable.
racist.
No problem. If I ever see you
Yes,
again,
it is.
I'll come by and say hi. And I'm like trying to keep up the facade that like we're totally friends, but also like I gotta go.
Guess it's back to swabbing the deck. Okay. So after he says that, and you guys get that a round of movement out of there, you guys end up on completely off the boat, and you're on the dock. And he's like just getting to the mop when you know your spell just turned off, and his like head goes like, And he like turns around and looks
I'm
at
gonna
you.
duck behind whatever I can find. If there's like boxes or trees around or anything, just be like, nope, let's go.
Stealth check.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
Two of us
That's,
just don't move. It's just her.
that's a 16.
16.
Like you've seen me like me bolting, so it's like you know that this is not a good, but
You
it's
see-
up to you guys what you do.
You see, like right next to you guys, there was like a few crates and a barrel, and the barrel's lid was off, and it was like half filled with liquid. And she like splash. She's like right in there. She's gone. You smell.
Just be
the-
like, nope, I committed to it. This is my life now. My socks are gonna be miserable for the rest of the day.
You notice that you feel something cylindrical like floating in the water like touch you, and it smells really kind of sour in here. And
Is it a
as
pickle?
since it's daytime, you see it. You notice that there are pickles, and you're in.
Oh, okay.
Have like pickle juice everywhere.
this is fine.
Does the guy look mad?
Yes. Now we're on the
Okay.
next turn. Varth is first. What are you doing?
Well, I'm continuing to move away. There's no sense in standing next to a pickle barrel.
Do you just move at normal speed, or do you double move?
Yeah.
Or...
No. Bart's not worried about it.
Okay. Zero, what are you doing?
I'm gonna normal movement, and then I'm gonna cast prestidigitation because I assumed the floor was wet because he was mopping it, and we would have left footprints everywhere. And I'm just gonna smooth those out, make that not like it was there, and be like, "You got this, good mopping," and then leave.
Okay. Dagger, you hear him crossing the plank, and you just catch the like part of his wide brim hat in your vision as you're ducked into this barrel, and he goes,
Does he look like he's going past
"Where'd
me?
you go?"
When he's like that close, I'm just like, nope, I'm already in here. I'm committed, damn it. And I'm just like gonna hold my nose and just duck down and hope for the best.
He looks around and he shouts to both Azura and Varth, where'd she go?"
I don't know. We're not even friends. I don't know where she is.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
I'm rolling so many wisdom saves on a bandit. This is really
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's a 16.
Oh, okay.
20.
Okay. Yeah, she didn't seem like she was friends with you guys anyway.
Savage.
He runs past both of you and goes looking for her.
As he runs past, I use Druid craft and make his pants smell like a skunk. Just his pants.
Okay, I'll consider that a free action. I'll give you
So,
that.
like, most atomic fart ever.
Yeah, that's pretty much what just happened. Smells like a faint odor of a skunk. His pants do.
You notice he like goes over to a random dock worker and he actually like grabs him by the scruff and he's like trying to intimidate him to figure out where Dagger's at. And you think your spell actually helped him on his intimidation, and the guy's like looks disgusted and you're like, I don't know, man, I don't know. What did you eat? Smell like shit. Oh. He's like, what? Oh. He just notices. Okay, so it's your turn.
I'm gonna carefully back backwards towards the barrel, but like kind of not walking backwards, but walking like I'm not.
Like casually.
Yeah, very casually walking backwards towards the barrel with a thumbs up behind my back. Like is he still in there? Are you good?
I'm still in the pickle juice. I got away from my round.
You notice that now the only person on the deck of the ship is that sleeping guy. And yeah.
How far away is he from us?
Yeah, he's at the south end of the boat.
Oh, okay. I'll look at it. By the ballistas, over there by the 2 on the map.
My bad. No, he's over at the anchor. Sorry, my bad. Up at 3, number 3.
Oh, okay. Good. By the bow of the ship.
Despite all the ruckus you guys have made and the dog barking down below, he is still asleep there, arms crossed, head bent over.
Well, for what it's worth, I think it was mostly like a growl.
Yeah, it didn't get to bark. That's right.
Yeah.
Can I see if he's asleep or dead? That's my question. That's Azra's question. I roll for that.
Medicine, I guess. Medicine intelligence.
Like, is he snoring?
Okay.
Well, she's not in the boat, so.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely alive.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so on my initiative, I poke my head back out and I'm like, because I do not have a great constitution. I'm like, that was my limit. And I'm like peeking. I want to peek around and see if I can see that guy.
Oh, he's long gone. You can just barely make out his wide-brimmed hat in the distance as he's going through this crowd, madly looking for you. Like, he looks really angry.
Okay, do I see like any like young kids or peasants or somebody that's not like a dock worker wandering around? I want to grab like some commoner.
You're about 60 feet out onto the dock, so you wouldn't be able to do it on this turn, but
yeah.
Yeah, you see a few kids. They seem to be running away from the market. Seem to be playing tag or something.
Is there a way that I can get to them without maybe being noticed by Slim?
Yes, I'll let you go with the stealth check you had before.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna hop out of the barrel, sopping wet, smell like pickles, probably got a couple in my pockets. It's fine. I stand by my poor decisions.
You know they're fresh.
And I'm gonna run over to where those kids are and like I'm gonna pull gold out of my pocket and motion one of them over.
You notice he has a shaved head, and he's like this little pale child, and his head's kind of lumpy. And he's like, "I smell pickles."
I have pickles. I've got a pickle and a gold for you. I want you to see that guy, and I point to the guy with the big rim hat. That guy with the gold big rim hat. You saw me go far that direction as fast as I could, okay? Go tell him that.
But you're here.
Yes, but you're lying. And it's okay because I asked you to and I gave you a pickle and a gold.
Mama said not to lie, but I like pickles. He only grabs the pickle and he runs off.
You know what? Nope, I'm fine with that. And put it back in my pocket. I turn back around. I'm like, yeah.
You hear a satisfying crunching noise as he runs away.
This will get him farther away from the ship. if we are going to get information from him, this would be a good time to ambush him. He is not going to be near his friends.
That's true.
Very smart.
Thank you.
As usual.
Let us follow him from a distance.
That's better than what my plan was, because my plan was go back down there, and I have no plan for that because my sleep spell won't work on those guys.
That dog looks as though it could easily kill us. Best to avoid it.
Yeah.
That dog could snap me in half.
I don't actually know if friends would work on this guy again.
Not for 24 hours.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I couldn't remember. But I can just use persuasion and intimidation, so it's fine. So I guess we're gonna stealthily go after that guy.
Okay.
We're just gonna tail him from a distance till he's the maximum distance away it looks like he's gonna go from the ship.
Okay, so this is what is called a chase in 5th edition. Everyone needs to roll dexterity rolls. You're not proficiency, just d20 plus your dexterity modifiers.
Okay.
And you guys are going to chase him. Also, Azra and Varth, give me stealth checks, because I'm assuming you guys can try to not be obvious.
Dexterity was 18.
Okay.
Nice. My dex is 9. And I will note I have survival, so if I can keep a stronger beat on him so we don't lose him in the crowd.
Okay.
And 10 for stealth.
10 for stealth? Okay. Azra.
Keeping on cue with this evening, I got a 2 for my stealth check and a 3 for my dexterity check to chase him.
Oh, no.
That dice needs to go in dice jail.
Yeah.
Not only did you lose sight of him almost immediately, but you actually tripped over some rope and clattered things everywhere. You
Nice.
you didn't fall over, but you
oh, no.
tripped and it the rope slid and it made a bunch of other things fall over.
Varth does not have very good dexterity. That's probably good. That happens a lot, most likely.
A Yuan-Ti with low dexterity. Huh. Anyway.
Clumsy snake boy.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
All right, so Azura, you actually get advantage on tracking him because you are a urchin, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Urchins actually, in this module, they have it in here. People with urchin backgrounds get advantage on chasing people through the streets in here.
Neat.
So you already rolled really high in your dexterity, so I don't think we'll need to roll on that again unless you want to try to go for 20.
No, I rolled again and it was a nat 1, so that's fine.
Okay, you got that rolled out. You got the one rolled out for the night, so that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're done now.
No more of those.
All right. Dagger, you just barely spot him, and you're trying to keep up, but you're kind of slow. You notice Varth tripped over behind you, and
Yeah, for what it's worth, I am probably further away because I did just pay that kid to make him go further away.
But Azura's gone. She just went into the crowd, and she's just if you've seen Legend of Korra, she's just the leaf. She's the leaf, and she's just weaving through people it's nothing.
So I'm just gonna keep a beat on the guy with the hat and hope that she's also following him because I have no idea where she went. My perception isn't great.
Okay, Azura, you actually close in fairly close. You're pretty sure in the next round you would get within tackling distance if you're willing to try that, or cast a spell. But one more round of the next rolls for everybody. Oh, and he rolled a 1.
That's another 9.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
All right.
Nice.
Slightly better than before. 5.
Okay.
You get off the floor at least.
Right, yeah.
That's right.
Get off the ground
actually an 18.
and trip again.
You catch up to him as he accidentally hits a cart that is filled with cabbages, and the cart guy that's carrying it goes, "My cabbages!"
I expect a reoccurring theme now.
This is already turned into Avatar. Just saying.
Very down for this.
All right, so we'll end initiative. Actually, no, we won't end initiative there. Sorry, you are close enough to cast a spell or attack him or something if you want.
Can I try for the grapple?
Yes, that'll be it's a strength saving throw.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to give you that.
Do you have sleep?
Nope. And that's a 2.
Oh boy.
A 2? Yeah, who knows?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, he made it. But you go to tackle him, and you actually get a latch on him, but he's like, ah! He gets off of you quite easily, and he unsheaths his sword. And he said, "So you did know who she was. Where is she?"
I don't know who's next in the initiative order.
Next would be Dagger.
Okay, cool. As soon as he says that, I poke my head out from among the crowd and I go, sleep! Go to sleep, go to
Thanks from
sleep,
the
go to
floor.
sleep. Oh god, what do I roll?
Azra starts singing a lullaby from the floor.
Sleep.
Yeah.
My wizard.
5d8.
I was about to say my wizard Zebediah has used sleep a bit. You just roll d8s and that many.
I just had to remember how many of them it was. Uh, 25 hit points.
Oh wow. Okay, so
I rolled decently, yeah.
he says that he drops his cutlass and he falls over asleep. The little kid that you gave the pickle to, half of it's 8, and he's starting to scurry back off into the crowd, and he also falls asleep right on his face. Pickle flies off and lands in the dirt.
Not the pickle.
Does anybody else in the crowd notice what just happened?
They noticed him draw his sword, and everyone started backing up. And luckily, they were the only ones within range.
As soon as they sort of turn around, I'm like, it's fine. He's had too much to drink. He gets a little aggressive and paranoid when he's drunk. It's fine. And I just sort of go over and very carefully start to pick him up to drag him away. And I'm gonna if I can, I don't know how close they are. If I can reach out and I'm gonna shake the kid awake.
Okay. How long does sleep last again? It's 4 hours, I think, right?
I brush off the pickle and give it back to the kid.
I think that's actually an old edition.
Well,
it was 10 minutes a level, but I don't think it's that anymore.
It's not anymore.
I'm just gonna go.
It only lasts a minute.
Oh, only a minute? Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's there until. What I wanted was we can get close to him and be like, okay, we're here. You're not. You're gonna get maybe shanked if you don't go with us.
I take his cutlass.
That's smart. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yep.
Can I see if he's got any other weapons on him?
Yes, he has a dagger.
And I have that.
Yes.
Thanks.
His stuff
Cool.
seems to be mundane. Nothing
As you pick the
special.
dagger up,
I mean,
I'm
that's
like,
fine.
I wouldn't give that back to him.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not. That's fine.
he also
I would
has,
rather not get stabbed today.
He also has a light crossbow with 10 bolts.
Oh, he
Anymore.
doesn't keep, yeah, I was going to say he doesn't keep that either. I'm
guys-
giving that to somebody else.
And he has that really nice white-brimmed hat, and it's got a macaroni, a big feather in it.
So
I'll
the
try and
hat
put it
goes
on my
under
head.
one arm so it doesn't fall off, and I'm trying to drag him away, but I've got a 9 strength, so I'm struggling.
Okay.
I
Mine
don't
is
know how
8.
heavy this guy is, so
You got a lot of stuff in your inventory.
I move over to assist in carrying him. How much does he weigh?
That's what I'm about to ask, is if he's not over her carrying capacity.
I don't have a ton. I've got a map, a lantern, a miner's pick and a shovel is probably the heaviest stuff I got on me.
Okay. With 9 strength, both you and Varth could easily carry him.
Okay.
Varth's
And
strength's
I'm-
13. I can actually probably pick him up. I'm only carrying about 40 pounds of stuff, including the rest of my equipment.
Is that what you guys are going to do? Just have Varth, firemen brigade him over?
Yeah,
shoulders.
as soon as Varth comes over, I'm like, yep, you're stronger than me, probably. Let's go.
I was just
And I'm just going to
not helping.
direct them toward the closest quiet alleyway I can find.
You find a lot of alleyways now being quiet. That's a different story. Just because Port Narnsaro is very busy, and
Or at least the one that seems to have the least people paying attention. I'm fine if there's some shady people making out in a corner. I just don't want people to see what we're doing.
You can. One of the guards actually shows up. You see this big, burly Chultan guy. He actually kind of looks like the dude that's on the statue, that king that isn't real. He's carrying the same kind of weapons, and he stands a good foot taller than even Varth. I think Varth is fairly tall, right? You're like 6'3" or something.
No.
No. Well, this guy's
Varth is 5'6" and 130.
Oh, okay.
I am an inch taller than Varth.
Wow, I'm tiny next to you people.
I see the guard come over and I'm like, hi, yeah, no, I'm sorry. He doesn't know how to hold his drink. He's been off dock a couple of days. He's very tired. We're just going to go wake him up, make sure he doesn't freak out and hurt anybody else.
Give me a deception.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's a 19.
He's like, happens all the time. Why don't you take him to that tavern? As he points his spear over at the tavern you actually were at, where you got your parrot.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going straight there. Is it like an inn or just a tavern?
It's
I'm asking, do I have a room there?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm going to go straight up to my room with him.
Okay, since Varth,
or at least direct Varth that way. I'm like, come on, let's go. We're going this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see,
because he has no idea where my room is.
No idea.
As you walk into the tavern, it's a fairly quiet, nice tavern. This is the opposite one than the rowdy one. So everyone's usually pretty quiet. It's a nice place where you usually read your books. You notice two patrons that aren't normally there. Two Tabaxi siblings, and they seem to be just sitting there enjoying ale. One looks like a tabby cat. It's all orange with light orange stripes, and he seems to be quite energetic, and he seems to fidget a lot. He's maybe, and he's just like kind of scratchy. He actually sometimes takes his foot up, and he's like scratching the side of his face with it.
I'm just like, I wish I could do that.
And the other one looks quite complacent, is sitting there, and it's a black cat, Tabaxi with green eyes. And it just seems to be like using its dagger to clean out its claws.
Are they looking at us or anything?
Yes, everyone's looking at you as you come in with a incapacitated person.
I just sort of like, I look to the room at large and I'm like, he can't handle his booze. He's such a lightweight. Come on, buddy.
Pretty much almost everyone in unison is like, yeah. And you go up to your room, and it's a small room. There's one bed. All four of you barely fit in there.
Yeah. I just sort of like shove all of my books and stuff off to the side of the bed. I'm like, you can just dump him here. It's fine. Hey, buddy. My dog just walked down.
Yeah. I just imagine like they're in this tavern. It's nice and quiet. It's like a coffee shop. And then you just like thump upstairs, and then you just hear loud thuds of books falling everywhere.
Yeah, probably.
But all right. So you guys, by the time you get in here, he actually is starting to wake up.
Yeah.
As they're laying down on the bed, I put the cutlass right next to his neck.
I just lean in, so on the first thing he sees. And I lean in, so the first thing he sees is me going, shh, it's fine. We're friends. Everything's cool.
He looks very shocked, more at Varth with the sword at his throat. And
as the sword's at his throat, and she says that, I kind of look at him and go, "This sword is not what you have to worry about." And I floof a little like floof of greenish, like smoky looking stuff from my hand. That is dangerous. I suggest you listen to what we have to say, or you're not going to want to know what that does.
He goes, wait, are you the one that made me smell like a skunk? Because you did a green poof of glass.
I can make it go away, too, if you're behaving.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, your lie actually work really well because it smells like he pooped himself.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great.
Banking on that.
He's like, all right, I'm all ears.
That ship you bear from, where does it manifest?
Florina said this would be easy pay, as he you see him raise his hand, but non-threateningly, and
Right.
has to rub his forehead in frustration. He doesn't
I
seem.
pulled the sword away from his neck slightly.
He didn't seem scared of your sword being there. It was just more like an initial surprise to wake up to.
Right.
And he goes,
Especially because he fell asleep in the street and he woke up in a bed.
he fell asleep with that sword in his hands, pointing,
Yeah.
and also now
I
the
was
sword's
pointing
pointing
at
at him. The says, yeah, our captain had does some smuggling or something. Trying to remember. She usually tries to keep the actual cargo to herself, but she's apparently meeting up with the merchant sometime in the next few days. I can't quite remember. I had a little too much grog yesterday.
You
What
can't
is the
remember what
merchant's
merchant.
name?
What was there?
If you don't
They were
remember the
Chulton.
name, Chulton.
She
Do you
never said
remember-
she never said their name to me. She doesn't even
Do you
care
remember
about me.
what kind of merchant they were? Were they wine? Were they rare goods or?
She's dealt with him before. I know that for certain. But she never talks to me. All she tells me is, "Oh, the deck isn't clean enough. You need to be swabbing more." And I'm like, "That's
Been
all
there.
I do, lady. Jeez."
I set the sword down next to the bed and I kind of just look over at him and I say,
You look like you don't really like your job. I will tell you what. If you assist us in this task of acquiring the manifest from your ship, there may be something in it for you for a reward. Something that one could say might make you allowed to disappear, per se. It is a large city full of lots of people. Someone of your skills could get the job anywhere else.
You know, that sounds nice. I've always had the dream of being an adventurer. I took this job thinking that maybe we would have sea-tailing adventures, but that wasn't the case. You know what? Do you mind if I join you?
Not
That's
at all.
perfectly fine. But what we're gonna need though, before you join up, we need information. So, what's your captain's name?
I'll need my weapons back first.
Mm,
I can't
you're
help you without them.
I
we're
hand him his
standing in
sword.
a room. There's nothing here to worry about.
I hand him his sword.
Don't worry.
I remove I druid craft the smell away.
The poison I can create is far deadlier than your sword.
All right. I believe that as he looks at you.
Smart man.
I don't see the need to any further, but the rest of you noticed I was reaching for my mask as if I were going to take it off, but after he said fair enough, I didn't.
You guys have gotten close enough to Varth that he seems to be kind of cold to the touch. It's kind of weird. Because Yuan-Ti. But
Yeah, every time you touch my gloves or anything, it doesn't feel like a warm hand. It feels like a colder one.
almost like touching something metal. Kind of like where it's not cold sucking the heat off of you, but it's not emanating heat, which is weird.
Yeah.
He goes on to say his captain's name is Florina Duval, and she is also a half elf, and that she is part of the Zentarum in Waterdeep. But
Centaur.
the Zentarum, even they don't like her too much because she seems to kind of do her own thing. He's noticed that she's actually been cocky enough to badmouth some of her superiors when they were in Waterdeep. She smuggles precious, priceless artifacts. That's all he knows. He's assuming that's what the cargo is. but they just came into port, so he doesn't know. Maybe that's where it's going to be, or if he's selling stuff from, or if she's selling stuff from Waterdeep to this guy in Chult. He doesn't know for sure.
Okay.
Does he know where they meet?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so...
But I promise I can get you past that drow and his dim-witted friend. But we'll need to do something about his dog.
The best part is
The dog I can probably put to
won't
sleep.
have to. You work on the ship, do you not?
Yes.
They are going to at least recognize some of us from before. You
That's
can
fair.
get in and on the ship just fine, correct?
Yes, but they'll find it suspicious that I'm getting into the captain's quarters.
Are they always in mid-ship like that?
No, actually, most of the crew is in town right now. They're with the captain. Who knows what she never tells me.
If you were to say, bring back a bottle of really great wine, do you think you could get those two elves drunk enough that they'd fall asleep and be out for a while?
The Druid might take that whole bottle, but Yorick, he's pretty stupid. I'm sure it wouldn't take too much.
Okay.
Herbalism check. Do I know of an herb that can be added to the alcohol that would make them sleepy?
Ooh, I didn't think of a poison.
Give me a knowledge.
Or a
nature.
poison.
Give me knowledge nature all around. If
Or
you're
hell, we
looking
could
for
just give him diarrhea. I
There's
imagine he's not going to be hanging back out below decks if he feels that crappy.
There's a lot of native vegetation in Chult that's in here that could possibly help you with
14.
that. 14. Okay.
Nature check.
Let me just turn to that. Because you've been in Chult the longest, so you'll definitely know of these. Does anyone else want to think of something? Or
I'll do, I guess, a nature check, see if there's anything I know. But nature isn't exactly my specialty.
okay.
Oh, well, it's not my specialty, but I'm great at all around knowledge. 19.
Okay. Both you and Varth know of quite a few things. In,
Azra's just trying to put the sailor hat on. She can't quite fit it around her horns, so it's kind of she's trying to poke her horns like through a hole. It's she's
I just look over. I'm like, we can cut like a hole in that.
Ooh,
I look
idea.
back to Slim. I'm like, you don't mind, do you?
if it's the hat or my life, I guess you can have the hat. I don't mind.
Sweet.
Your Morty actually goes over to the hat and starts like trying to nibble little holes in it.
No.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm just imagining it's a kind of curls up and he just like sleeps in the little
Oh my
rim
god,
of
yes.
it.
He uses your hair as a nest and you just
No.
all night
Definitely
and
does.
snuggle.
He definitely does that. Yeah.
I think we all like little rodents here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, I can't find this off the bat, but I know there is a specific rare fruit that it looks like an orange citrus, but it's bright blue. And you know that you could buy one for 1 gold, and you can put its juice into stuff, and it'll make somebody, like their muscles will spasm, they involuntarily dance in a goofy manner. It's called the monkey dancing fruit.
All right.
So
It's fairly
that's
harmless,
helpful.
but metagame-wise, it makes them unable to do anything. They're incapacitated.
For what it's worth, I actually have a spell that can kind of do that. I've got Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yeah.
How long would the poison last from the dancing fruit?
Oh, it would last quite a while. Enough time for you guys to go in there, thoroughly search the place, and get out.
All right.
an hour.
If you can get the fruit and the alcohol, I can mix them together.
I hold up my herbalism kit.
Oh. That's actually also better because it's a lot more subtle than just, me rolling up in and casting spells.
We can have that as a backup if we need it.
Yeah. Scott, for what it's worth, it looks like the flora and fauna is on page 205.
Oh, thank you. Because I knew it was in the back, and I'm like, no, not the monsters.
I kept looking for an appendix, and they don't have one.
Oh, just a heads up, there will be, you guys will never encounter the Ring of Winter. I don't want you guys having the possibility of
my God.
turning evil and betraying each other. That'd just be horrible.
Because Azra would totally take it.
I know.
And Madi doesn't like that.
I'm just imagining Varth. I think Varth would be ridiculously powerful with it. But
it wouldn't be wise to give it to Varth. Varth would probably throw it into the deepest parts of the ocean.
That's
best
smart,
to keep
though.
dangerous artifacts away from people.
Well, it's something elemental, like water elemental stuff. That's why I was saying you probably would be very keen to using it.
Oh,
If Dagger ever saw that thing go into the water, she'd probably cry, because that is some priceless historical artifacts there.
Which is the reason why Varth would destroy it.
It is the one.
Which is actually, as soon as Dagger heard that this chick smuggles in priceless artifacts, she already very much doesn't like her.
Oh, yeah, archaeologically speaking. Yeah, archaeologically speaking, that really screws up a lot of stuff.
Mm.
Let's see. Yeah, that's the dancing monkey fruit. I think. Yeah, the other ones. Oh, you know of mushrooms that make people really itchy if they accidentally eat some.
If I find some, I'll keep them for later. If I find some, I'll keep them for later, but I'm really interested in that blue fruit.
Okay. They're a lot more expensive too, so might as well just go for the fruit.
Say that again.
The Zabo mushroom is a lot more expensive. I think it's like twice as expensive as the dancing monkey fruit. So.
What does the Yabu fruit do again?
The mushroom, if they fail their con save, it just get really itchy, and it's more like a grenade. It's like a little spore ball. You can throw it and it explodes into spores. It could hit all of them, and it would affect everyone in there, but they could still do stuff. They just be really itchy.
Yeah. I think our best bet would be to do something a bit more subtle, like the laughing thing. The only question is, well, if we get him drunk, we get the lightweight drunk and he's asleep, and then the other one's laughing and he can't do anything.
If we use the poison on both of their drinks and they're both incapacitated, you can use the laughing spell on the dog.
I would just put the dog to sleep because I want that thing out of commission.
I don't know. Can dogs laugh? You're say.
I would be willing to find out.
Because it is not an actual beast, it probably would work. But it won't work on an animal that's not intelligent enough. So, in game terms, it won't work on anything with an intelligence of less than 4. But considering it's not a beast, there's a good chance it's more intelligent than that.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw or nature or what?
You can do nature if you want.
Okay. That's a 14.
Okay. You're pretty sure that the death dog isn't smart enough.
Okay. But sleep would still work.
Yeah, your laugh would definitely work in the drow.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to do because drow, but it would.
Or you could use a sleeping spell on the dog, and we can just toss him in the water.
I mean, I'm not really. He's a vicious animal, but I'm not really keen on
He'll
murdering
be fine. He can swim.
Animals. Truth be told, the shock of the water probably would wake him up.
And he'll be far enough away from the ship that he won't be getting back up here anytime soon.
That's true.
Fine.
Yep.
I've never liked Mike and Rick anyway.
That is the best name I've ever heard for a dog.
I look over at him and I'm like,
is that the dog's name?
Yeah, Florina gave each of their names, each of the heads a name. She thought it was really funny. Said it was some treat she really likes back at Waterdeep. I didn't know.
I'm a little torn because, like, on one hand, I really don't like this chick. On the other hand, that's hilarious, and I love it.
I'm going to be doing a lot of puns, just to heads up.
We are definitely throwing that thing in the water.
Okay. So I guess let's go see if we can find some of this fruit and some good booze. And I point to Slim, and I'm like, you need to get back to the ship because they're going to start getting suspicious. So what we're going to do is I definitely found a barrel of pickles on the docks near your ship. So you go back to the ship this evening in about, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours, or like before, right around dusk. We'll come by. We'll drop off the poisoned or tainted booze next to this barrel. You come out and you get it, and then you go back in.
So sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, because we can't make our faces known there again.
I know.
So you guys go around the marketplace looking for these fruits. You spot the note for Azra, if I remember right, it had like bean juice. Go to the bean juice emporium or something like that.
Okay.
Mine was bean juice.
Yeah,
That's
that
what it
was
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are looking for these exotic fruits of Chult, and everyone points to the shop that you had on your note. And you notice that it is an open cafe of sorts. There are nice little wooden round tables with chairs, and there's a counter, and you see a lady behind the back, and she has a wide-brimmed black pointy hat. She's wearing black robes, and more suspiciously, the other worker there looks to be a man with a crow's head. And but they're both very clean. He's actually wearing some nobleman nice attire, and he is sweeping around the counter and stuff. And as you guys approach, there is a masked figure in front of you. He's got like the face mask and a hood on as he goes up to the counter. And she's like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo, making tea. Oh, hi." He's like, he doesn't say anything, and he opens his sleeve, and you like immediately smell this foul smell, and you see a mushroom seems to be growing out from under his sleeve. And she's like, yes?
Does it look like he's trying to hurt her, or he's just like offering her something?
He looks like he's trying to show her that, like, hey, I need help with this.
Okay.
And, but he doesn't talk, which is odd.
Nature check. What in the heck is that?
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm so surprised. I'm not even like trying to rack my brain. I'm just like, I'm gonna watch and maybe put this fella to sleep if I think he's gonna hurt this poor innocent shopkeep.
Yeah, I look at it. No idea. 7.
Yeah. You don't know.
Detect poison.
You do not detect poison.
Okay, I think that does something else. I'm pretty sure it's like poison and disease, but let me
we'll go with poison and disease. It's definitely some kind of not disease, but you get the hint that maybe it's some curse or something.
Yeah, detect poison and disease. That's what it is for sure. Okay.
It's not any disease you've heard of, but it would be safe to assume if it's not poison or disease, it's got to be a curse of some kind. Of what kind of curse, you have no idea. She goes, "Oh, myconid buds. I know just the thing." She goes behind the counter, and she has this complex brass brewery system, and she's like making coffee, and you see her like grab this vial, and it's got little sparkles in it, and she like throws the sparkles in, and she mixes it, and she seems like she doesn't really care that he has this curse. Like, it's not a big deal to her.
Once it seems she's like not really threatened by this guy, I'm just gonna start looking around. I'm imagining there's like tons of like vials and stuff all over the place. I'm just like looking just because I'm curious.
Give me a perception check for how many things you see.
That is a 16.
Okay, yeah, you notice that she has a lot of files underneath her stand, but no alchemist supplies. So you're assuming she makes them elsewhere or she bought them. But she's definitely she knows what she's doing with them. And she hands him the drink. He drinks it, and mushrooms, like you feel a strong wind emanate off of him, and these mushrooms just fall off of him. Like they just rain down off of him. And they're all like little bitter cup mushrooms. They're not even like poisonous ones. But
I turn my head sideways as I look over at them and pick one up and look at it.
Dagger's like on one hand, her curiosity says, I'm going to pick that up. But then her experience with various different ruins and poisons is like, that seems like a poor idea.
I pick it up.
You're pretty sure that it's not poisonous. Just doesn't have that taste to it.
It also just perhaps came off of God knows what body parts of some random dude. So
he's wearing clothes that he's trying to conceal. They literally rained out of his clothes. They fell out of his clothes.
I just kind of look at it. Does it look like it's edible in any way?
Yeah. Just a normal bitter cup mushroom. The kind that normally goes on pizza,
I take a couple.
Okay. How many? Half a pound worth?
Yeah, just enough to have a small snack later.
Okay.
I just kind of look over and I try to beat the guy's face. I'm like, where'd you pick those up?
He looks over at you and then looks back at the owner of the coffee stand, puts down a pouch. You hear coins clang, and he disappears. He goes.
Could I vanishes?
Yes.
Okay.
You can give me an Arcana if you want.
Okay.
Can I roll for that as well?
Yeah.
That's an 11.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
My God.
You've been getting a lot of those.
Don't know what beginner's luck, you guys. Just one time. Yeah. Never happening again.
Right.
You're pretty sure he casted a prepared teleportation circle spell. He had it ready, and when he was done here, he was going to go.
When I turn around, I tried to look at that guy's face. Could I see, was he human or elf or no idea?
With your Arcana, you definitely know he's not human. He might have been an elf.
Okay.
But
whatever he was, he wanted to get out of here.
A reclusive elf, like a wood elf or something. You're not quite sure.
Azra, you mentioned that, and I'm like, well, to be fair, he did just have mushrooms rain out of his God knows where. So, I'm not really going to knock him for being a little self-conscious.
I mean, that's fair.
All right. It should be up live in a second, but I just put up a picture of her and her sleeping broom guy with the crow head. They're actually from a Twitter artist. And I put her hashtag up on there. She makes really good art. She's made stuff for Holly Conrad's game and all that. And she had this really cool little comic series called The Coffee Witch, and that's what this is.
Totally called that, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah. I love that comic.
Yeah, I asked her permission first, of course, but
that's awesome.
She's like, yeah, I would love to see that. But the crow, just he seems to phase out of existence and phase back into existence right where the elf was, and he starts sweeping up the mushrooms, and he's sweeping them behind the counter.
Okay, all right.
Addy took my fair share. He can eat the rest later.
I just look at him and I'm like, gross.
He goes, ah. You're not sure if his broom is magical or not, but he seems to be sweeping these up really effectively. One sweep and all of them move instead of having a few remain. And within 4 or 5 sweeps, the ground in front of the counter is clean.
Azra's
So,
done
like,
some sweeping in her
Dag-
time, and she's very impressed.
Yeah,
She's
like
whoa.
Dag doesn't say anything, but like she remembers back at home and like the little shop that her mom had, and she's like, that would have been really helpful. But like, yeah, not really that helpful in my daily life now. Though she thinks that, and she's like, but if I could miniaturize it, that'd be great as like a little brush for archaeology. And she's just like, I had a brilliant idea. I have no idea how to make something like that, but oh, I just saw the art. Those are adorable.
Yeah, I love her art. I think she said
it's
she
very good.
actually used coffee for water painting that or something.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys get up to the counter, and she takes the coin purse, and she slips it into her robes, and she goes, "How can I help you today?"
Hi. So we were looking for a particular fruit that's I just kind of look over at Vance, and I'm like, it's supposed to make it. It was like the green monkey fruit or something.
Blue dancing monkey fruit.
Ah, yep. No idea.
Oh, I like that one. It's funny. She pulls off her hat, and she reaches her hand into her hat like it's a bag of holding, and like it just like reaches down in there. She's like, and she like darts her head up.
Varth's head turns sideways as I stare at her, turning her head into her hat, like, what the?
I'm just like fascinated. I love everything everything about this woman so far.
She like darts her head back suddenly, and you see a pigeon just fly out. And she's like, oh no, not over there. Ah, here we go. And she pulls out a blue orange. She's like, what are these?
Mm-hmm.
I nod.
Actually, can we get a couple? Can we get like maybe 3?
Yeah. She like tosses it over her shoulder casually, and you're like, wait, what? And she.
I like try and catch it.
No, she's like behind the counter, and like it's away from you.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to like dive over the counter.
No.
So.
No.
My fruit. No, she tosses it over, and you just see the crow like phase into existence behind her and catch it and put it on the counter.
Oh, okay.
And she pulls out a few more. She's like, how many do you want?
3 would be good, yeah? No, I look over at you guys.
I nod.
Yeah.
3 gold, right?
Yep. She takes the remainder of them, just tosses them in her hat, puts her hat back on.
No, I just pull out a couple of gold and thank you.
Where did you get that hat, by the way?
Yes, that's amazing. Where'd you get all of your stuff?
Oh, I made it.
That's awesome. So that broom that guy's using, is that like magical, or is he just like really good at sweeping?
You notice that he noticed that you acknowledged him, and he like goes from having one hand on the broom to 2, and he like kind of holds it to himself like
I
he's
just
a
kind
little
of look
shy.
at him. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's a wonderful broom. I'm very impressed by it.
She's like, oh, it's one of the first things I made back in the swamps, but it's an animated broom. It's not a big thing.
Okay. Do you think there is like a way that you could make something like that, but like miniaturized? Like something about this big, and I actually like grab my backpack and I start rooting through, and I grab like a brush that I use in like archaeology or whatever, and I'm like, something like this.
She like points her finger at it, and it like starts to get pulled towards her. Do you let that happen?
Yeah.
Okay, it just casually floats in the air. You're pretty sure she's using Mage Hand.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at it, and she's like, "Yeah, I know a spell that could work on this." But,
That would be amazing. I'd probably have to come back for it because I gotta be real with you. I don't have a lot of gold on me, and like enchanted stuff typically requires like a bit of wealth behind it.
Yeah, it'll cost a lot.
Okay. But I can come back. I just realized I never asked your name. I'm so sorry. I am Dagger Catterley. I'm an archaeologist and an adventurer, and it's wonderful to meet you.
She reaches out her hand. She like rolls up her sleeve, and because it's like long dangling black ropes, and she goes, "The name's Kay." K-A-Y.
Well, it is lovely to meet you, Kay.
You seem
I
pretty
nod.
cheerful.
I kind of nod towards her and I say, "You seem skilled at herbology. I am known as Varth."
Does I look over at the Raven guy? Does he have hands, or is it just like wings? Like, does he have like thumbs? Can he shake a hand?
Give me an Arcana check on him.
Okay. Like, I was just looking at him because like he's got his hands on the broom. Oh, never mind. I rolled a natural 1. I'm like so fascinated by the broom and just his everything that I'm not even paying attention. It's like I have no idea.
Okay. You know, his hands are human.
Oh, okay.
You think he might be a Kenku.
Okay. So I just sort of like I turn to him and I don't like approach because I know he's really shy, and I just sort of wave and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Dagger Catterley. You heard?" And I just hold my hand out.
He like he's holding the broom and he like just like takes one hand and it's just like.
I just immediately go into wave. I'm like, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's lovely to meet you guys. I look over at the rest of you. I'm like, so do we need anything else or?
Not at the moment. Right now, we just needed the fruit.
Unless you guys sell alcohol.
Ooh. Those sound wonderful. Unfortunately, I don't think I have potions of healing money at the moment.
You got anything to trade?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
The kind gentleman before you didn't have gold. She reaches back into her robes and pulls out the pouch, and she just opens it, and you see a weird looking like blue smooth spherical gem in there, and she's like, "That's what he paid. What?"
It's like I don't have a lot. I do have a couple of sketches that I made a while back of like these weird flowers that I saw on my last expedition. I don't know if that would be any use to you considering you're already so skilled at herbology, but
I love flowers.
I have a couple that I have pressed, and I like reach into my bag and I pull out my journal, and it's like this really beat up journal. But like when I flip it open, the pages are like pristine. Like you'd expect there's like water stains or whatever on it, and they're perfectly clear. And I just flip through and I grab a couple of pages and I just rip them out. And in between them, there are like some flowers that are like half falling apart. And I'm like, there are these?
Ooh. She's looking at them. They're too bad that they dried out. They would have been good herbal components.
Yeah, I can always bring some back next time I'm out of town.
Yeah, sure. You know what?
Is there anything specific that you'd like?
The rarer, the better. If you see something that you've never seen before, it's probably rare.
I'll keep it in mind.
How do you feel about fish?
She looks over at the crow, and he looks at her, and then looks at you. His head faced sideways, so his one eye's looking at you. And she says, "Well, my husband does like fish."
I look over to him and I kind of bow respectfully without actually like reaching towards him in any way.
He puts the broom behind him, and it just like you're not sure where he put it, but he just puts it behind him, and he does a gentleman's bow to you.
I return the bow.
She's like, yeah,
I would be happy to trade.
I'm like instantly smitten by both of these guys. They're wonderful.
You're pretty sure both of them have high charisma.
I would be happy to trade in fish for any services that I could provide you as well. My skill in herbology is not quite as good as I would imagine.
Oh, let me think.
I do not trade in the coin of the cities.
There's this one fish that he's been wanting to try. Now, what was it? Totally not pulling it up right now. Give me a second.
Thinking.
Gotta consult Zebediah's Guide of Fish.
Yeah.
Is that like an actual thing?
Okay, so my previous character was named Zebediah, and he's this old.
Yeah, I got that. Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna probably put it up for sale in the DM's Guild eventually, but it's definitely a work in progress. If you guys want to try fishing, I got mechanics for it and everything. If you want to try it,
I would. Maybe not like right now because we got a thing going.
Yeah,
but definitely.
That's for sure gonna happen later. Yeah. That's kind of what my character does. I need to find a specific fish.
Now, like when you find it, does it have to be alive or?
I just need the fish.
Okay.
The fish has the magic in it. I need the fish for the ritual. Alive or dead? I'll say that in character.
I only need to find the fish. A specific fish I need for my magic ritual.
Okay.
You know, he's never actually had swordfish before.
Ah, a good catch. Very well. Upon my travels, the next one I have shall be brought to you, sir.
I bow again to him.
He like nibbles his beak a little bit. He looks a little excited.
Cool. So I think we're good here if we want to go see if we can find some fancy booze.
I know just the place. Says Slim, who was in like default autopilot mode behind you.
I figured I thought we had sent him back to the ship so they didn't get suspicious.
Oh, right, and he runs off.
He was hovering in NPC mode. He hadn't quite offered yet.
Yeah, like the blank face where his
just
mouth
like
is
the
like
Skyrim person that's just like standing in the doorway glitching.
Yeah.
Just like, move, Lydia!
Wait!
I'm sworn to carry your burdens. Okay, yeah. All right, so you guys head back to possibly the tavern.
Oh god, my quality just crap.
Oh, your video just disappeared.
Nope.
She might have just got kicked.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
And you're back.
did you?
Okay, it sounds like you guys are back. Okay, phew.
Did you catch any of that?
The last thing I heard was laughing about telling Lydia to move.
Okay.
On the Twitch screen, your video froze at that point. It hasn't caught up yet to the point where it's moving again.
Okay. I just closed every other window I had because I'm like, yep, nope.
It
Internet
disappeared.
Can handle that.
The buffer symbol appeared, and it hasn't quite come back yet, but it looks... Oh, there it is. It's back now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm showing that it's like coming up kind of bad on the feed every once in a while, so I'm going to close a few things. But all right, so you guys head back to the tavern where you originally took Slim.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
One.
Yeah,
But
like I've got one that I know has got a good quality of stuff.
Yeah, this one has good quality stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it had that nasty watery stuff you tried, but
Yeah.
it's they got the bottles of wine. You probably have had a few. In the past, of course. They have a specialty wizard's brew, and it is a light blue color, and it's not opaque at all. Apparently, wizards really like it.
Okay. Is it a wine?
It is an ale.
How much would a bottle of that run us?
You could buy that in a glass or in a keg. Now, in a glass, that'll be 5 silver, but in a keg, it will cost you 5 gold, says the innkeeper.
We could use the keg.
We could, yeah. Now, would we, like, what size keg we talking? Like a hogshead or like a barrel?
Just a hogshead. He puts it up on the
Okay. Now, is that popular with, like, everybody or just, like, a select few? Because I want something that, like, everybody likes, so it's, like, some top shelf stuff.
Mostly spellcasters buy this one.
How about something that's more for, like, the common folk, like fishers or sailors?
He puts the keg down and he pulls up another one. It doesn't look as nice and neat. And he's like, this one usually works. Just
okay, how much?
Ale.
Okay.
In your experiences, barkeep, have you run into elves with dark skin?
He raises an eyebrow, like that's a oddly specific question. But
well, like we have a drow friend that we're trying to impress. And he hasn't been in town that long, and we just want to make sure that we get him a really good gift.
Then,
No, very seriously, Varth has actually no idea what a drow is. So that was totes in character.
I'm just assuming that Dagger would, because like they're in the player's handbook, so I imagine they're like relatively well known.
Varth is he's very foreigner. You definitely know what Tieflings are, though.
Oh, yeah, I do.
in his homeland, there's like so many of those. It's ridiculous.
Tiefling and Ganassi are something I'm quite familiar with, but other than that, maybe not so much.
Yeah. Says, those elves like wine, right? And he like pulls up a bottle of unopened wine.
I think so.
That is what I was thinking.
How much would that run us?
That would just be 5 silver.
I can do that.
We might want to get a couple.
That's what I was actually thinking. Do we want to do we could do 4 bottles, and then we can just if we want to give them 2 or 3, we can just have one in my backpack or whatever.
What do I think the potency of the mixture would be for the herbalism that I could get it into the wine with the most potency without sacrificing it?
Without sacrificing flavor, because you don't want it to taste weird.
Right.
You have proficiency with herbalism and poison kits or stuff, right?
Herbalism, yeah.
Herbalism? Yeah, you're pretty sure you could put a pretty heavy dose in there without anyone noticing. Okay.
Whatever 2 of those can do, I'm going to, I guess, use 1 for each bottle. I'm not sure what the dosage is for that. Maybe it's half a fruit for each. I don't know.
Each fruit you're able to squeeze out. It says a vial's worth. So 1 fruit per dose.
Okay, that's fine. And that's 1 dose per bottle. So we can
poison 2 of the bottles.
Okay. And I guess I'm just gonna, while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 bottles.
Okay.
And then 2 of them will go to the sailors, and then the other one is just going in my backpack.
For emergencies.
Yeah.
I can see it now. You guys are in a bad situation, and it's like combat.
We're just gonna drink. Or I'm just imagining more like in a dungeon and we're like half dead and we're like holed up in one room and I'm like, how about we get drunk? This seems like the ideal time for that.
Okay, I have like 50 tabs open, and when I close them, the stream seems to be going good, but I cannot see what's going on Twitch right now.
Let me...
I'm pretty sure whoever was here isn't here anymore. That was in chat. But that's fine.
Seems to be running smoothly.
Okay. Like I said, we have no viewers. It's fine. I just wanted to
It seems to be working great.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I was scared like this whole thing would just crash. But anyway, so you guys got the stuff, and you guys head back to the docks. By the time you were heading towards the docks, the sun is setting, and the sun rises from the horizon out towards the ocean, and the sun sets towards the jungle. So the port city is very much in the shade. It's been in the shade for a while now.
Okay.
So if you guys try to sneak on here now, it might be a little easier.
Okay. I want to reach into my bag and grab the next change of clothes I have, and I just want to change as much as I can of my clothes without having to actually go back to my room or whatever, so that hopefully it's a little less obvious, considering a crap load of people did just see that guy run after me. Also, it just occurred to me
that she's just not going to bother.
It just occurred to me, I probably still smell like pickle juice.
You have prestidigitation, you said, right?
I do. I would have used it eventually, but I didn't really think about it.
If Azra notices it, she's going to do it for you.
Okay. I at least dried out, but still definitely have some pickles in my pockets.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, Varth can always use his druid craft to make you smell like something else.
Yeah.
It would have to be natural, so it might be flowers.
Bark?
That's fine with me.
Bark.
Applewood? I don't know.
Possibly.
I'm thinking candles, but anyway.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
No.
So I try to head up there, and I'm like, no offense, but I feel like I'm probably the least obviously recognizable. So I'm just gonna go drop this stuff off at the thing, and then try and make my way back.
Yeah. Sure.
No offense. Varth has mask. Best I do not make second appearance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a little bit more or less obviously noticeable, so I'm gonna run up there and like drop it off and then come back.
I nod.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so I do that. So I don't know whether it would be a deception or a stealth check to try and like roll up there and act like I'm totally on the up and up, and definitely not like doing a dead drop for some random.
Dead dropping drugged wine next to the pickle bucket.
Basically, that's what we're doing.
Actually, as you guys like turn around the corner to go towards the harbor, you realize, hey, you're not the only ones that could be possibly doing sneaky stuff, criminal activity on the harbor. You see a few roguish types here. They seem to be doing some kind of trade deal or something, but they're like on the opposite side of the harbor.
Okay, so they're not on our
Darkfish?
ship, right?
Yes.
I do not know.
I do.
Okay, you see humanoids over the distance. You're not sure what they're doing, but they seem to be equally as not wanting to be noticed as you.
Mm-hmm.
You are not alone in your stealth. I advise caution.
Are there any
they're
animals
over
nearby,
there,
rats
so-
or anything?
Those of you with dark vision, those people that are doing their shady dealing, you don't recognize them at all. They're not any of the pirates you've seen.
Okay. But they're like plenty distance away from us, right?
Oh yeah, they're like at
cool.
least 120 feet away.
Okay.
This is a big.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go drop off the stuff, and when I come back to them, I'm gonna keep an eye on them and be like, so there is a thing. Shady people like that tend to know a lot. They might have some idea of what this ship is up to.
If you wish to speak with them, I would advise after their deal is done.
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't roll up to a deal. That's a good way to get shanked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Varth.
Whatever that means.
It means stabbed.
Ah. Okay.
Varth,
But it's usually like with
You
a
really
little
are foreign.
knife. I just don't think he's like used to like an urban setting, really.
Mm.
Varth, you see a little gardener snake, like keeping to the edge of the building near you.
I move over to the gardener snake.
Okay.
We kind of pick him up.
It seemed threatened by you. You know how snakes act. But
I say friend. I say friend to him in snake. So the rest of you kind of hear.
Snake.
Oh wait, somebody else knows Draconic, right?
I
No,
do,
that
yeah.
was
Yeah, but
speak
like
animals.
it's just animal.
Oh,
like
right.
snakes don't speak Draconic typically. They speak snake.
I was speaking to snake, so I was basically just using my parcel tongue.
That's right. It's speak with animals. That's
Yeah,
how it works.
specifically snakes only.
Okay. For some reason, I think like horribly racist, but everything reptilian. I'm like Draconic. Yeah, it speaks Draconic.
Oh yeah.
But
In D&D, it's easy to do that.
yeah.
Actually, do Yuan-Ti speak Draconic, or do they speak like Yuan-Ti?
They speak Draconic
Yuan-Ti.
in 5th.
In 5th,
Okay.
it's Yuan-Ti, but it was Yuan-Ti. In 5th, it's Draconic. It was Yuan-Ti before.
Okay.
I'll just say, if you know this race and you've been around them long enough, you can speak. Because there might be, I would say there's many different forms of Draconic, just like how there's many forms of English.
Yeah.
So it might sound weird if someone's like, I speaketh thy English, doth the owner window bricks. And everyone's like, wow, he's speaking really weird. But anyway, so you drop it off. They seem to be completely oblivious to you guys.
Okay.
You have the snake, and the snake says back, friend. And just looks at you.
I just kind of look. I'm like, is it like a little one? Is it kind of cute, or is it like a big like? Maybe it's gonna bite the crap out of me.
Gardener snakes are like maybe a foot and a half
Yeah,
long. They're
they're-
cute little snakes.
Oh, okay,
they're
yeah.
non-poisonous, you know.
I just kind of like, I like hesitantly reach out, like I'm gonna pet it, but I'm looking to Vance. I'm like, this thing's not gonna bite me, right?
I say friend to it in Serpent.
Uh,
Yeah, like to me, he's just speaking snake. I'm like, yes or no.
Okay, you see its head. It like looks over at your finger, and it's like head's bobbing. Give me an animal handling check.
God, I'm gonna get bit by a snake.
Azra's backing up, by the way.
That's a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
It goes, threat? And Varth says again, friend, because you said it twice. And it looked like it was going to strike you, but it doesn't. It looks back at Varth.
I just kind of freeze. I'm like waiting.
I just kind of like nod to the snake, and I'm just like, we are friends. You are safe.
Just like little tiny head rubbed to it.
It looks confused. Doesn't know why you picked it up and started talking to it. I mean, it's a snake after all.
Yeah. Like I don't know what snakes eat. It's like I got a pouch full of food, but like it doesn't exactly have crickets in it.
Azra and Morty definitely know what it eats. Morty's probably hiding.
Yeah, it's just like 10 feet away. She's like, nope.
You hear a scared little squeak in your hat. You can feel him shaking a little bit, but then
I pat him through the hair.
That's so cute.
I look to the snake and I kind of say, help me.
It says back, help, God. Okay, so to clarify, you would know this as a Yuan-Ti. Snakes consider Yuan-Ti as like a higher form of being. So to you, or to it, you're a god, so to speak. Like you've transcended past its concept of understanding.
So I ask it, I point towards the ship we haven't gone on yet. Go to ship, look around, hide from humanoids, come back safe. I will be here.
Yes, God.
And I put it down.
I'm just kind of like watching this, and I'm just looking at Azra 10 feet away, and like, this is normal, right? He's just
making
like
a bunch of snake noises to a snake. That's all that it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm realizing suddenly how ridiculous we look. Like just standing here, 2 of us like petting a snake, 1 of us talking to it, and then there's like this drug deal going on 160 feet away, and I'm just like, this is normal.
Those of you with dark vision, you notice that one of the tabaxi you saw in the tavern before is in this drug deal. It's the black one with the green eyes. And it goes, yes, scuba nice. The sell for many coin in Waterdeep.
Tabaxi has wares of first coin.
I was
He's specifically looking for moon sugar.
I really want to play Tabaxi just so I can talk like a Khajiit. Warm sands. But yeah. So you can drop that off. You don't see anyone on the ship, but you don't have dark vision, so you could barely see out where you were on the dock. None of you with dark vision saw anyone on the deck of the boat at night. Both of them are really quiet.
I kind of wait for the snake to return, and I sent it to the ship we hadn't gone to yet.
Oh, right. Okay. So it goes
I'm while it's gone, I'm trying to keep an eye on those figures in the distance to wait until like they part ways.
I look over to you guys and I'm like, sorry for the confusion. Snakes see Yuan-Tis as gods. I am like God to snake. I can speak to them like I speak to you.
Okay.
I had it go look at the other ship and return.
You send it out, and you guys sit there and wait. The drug deal was done within like 5 minutes, so they went off. So
like when they part, if I can see it, I'm gonna look over at the 2 of them. I'm like, so do we want to like go see if they know anything, or do we just want to wait on Mr. Snake?
I will wait for Snake. Best to continue doing what you're doing.
Azra, you want to go talk to some shady folks with me?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll meet back at tavern where we bought good wine.
Okay, yeah, that seems smart.
Where you seek where.
Yes.
So we're gonna head over to, I guess whichever group is closest, because I don't actually recognize that Tabaxi because he's way too far away.
Okay. Okay, so Azura, since you can see all of this, do you want to follow the Tabaxi's crew, or do you want to follow this other hooded figure's crew? You didn't get to see what he looked like, but he was like hooded.
I think I'm going to follow the Tabaxi. Just because he vaguely knows us, he might be slightly more, I don't know, conductive to speak with us. Yeah.
Okay. You gals go to
True
follow.
fashion, I'm going to take a brief break while you're doing that, and I'll be right back.
Okay. That works. You guys go to follow him, and he just goes around the building, and you go to follow him around the building, and he's gone. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Advantage with the Azura, because you're urchin.
Oh my god, nat 20.
Oh, wow.
What is happening?
Oh, I got a 18.
18? Oh, okay.
That's so perceptive.
Okay, with the nat 20, what was your total?
21.
21. Wow. I'm sorry, but neither of you know where he went.
God damn
He
it.
rolled really high.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stealthy.
Cat people.
I think that might be a little racist, but on the same hand, yeah, I guess cats are sneaky.
You know that Tabaxi actually come from a far-off land across the ocean, and they value memories and information more than coin. They seem shady, but most of them actually aren't. They're more traders of information.
Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily bad. They're just information brokers, so neutral.
Yeah. But you're...
would I have... Would I have gotten close enough to realize that was that Tabaxi from the tavern, or was I just following Azra's lead?
With your perception, you recognized him.
Okay.
You got close enough to recognize him. Like, you guys were within, 10 feet.
Yeah.
And when around, the second you lost sight of him around the corner, he just was gone. He seemed to know what he was doing.
So, what were you about to say, Mari?
Nope.
Hello?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something before you started.
No.
So, we could just go back to the tavern. We know that that's where he was before.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where he was going. Let's do that.
That's where Varth is going to meet us anyway.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, you guys head off to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
The lights are on in all the taverns here. The marketplace
it just occurred to me.
Mm-hmm.
We should go back to the docks. We never discussed with Slim what the hell to do after everyone's drugged and asleep.
Oh, yeah.
What?
This both just occurs to us.
I just imagine him, he's down below the dock,
wait.
everyone's asleep, and he's just looking around like,
What now? So I guess we should go back to because we didn't spend a long way. Varth is probably still there at the docks.
Yeah,
we should go back and see if we can catch him.
I'll say maybe a minute has passed.
Okay. Yeah, so we you see us vanish going after this Tabaxi guy, and then a minute later we circle back around and it's just the two of us.
Okay, Blake, all you missed out on, they were gonna follow the Tabaxi, but the Tabaxi rolled ridiculously high on its stealth, and even with the nat 20,
oh my god,
they couldn't spot it.
Just poof.
He's stealthed. He's
black fur, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
The night.
I'll tell you, he doesn't know magic, but he was almost like Shadow Dancer level of just gone. But
yeah, seriously.
He maxed out that stealth, yeah.
Yeah, your snake hasn't come back yet. They've only been gone for a minute. They ran off around the corner and came back, and they're like, "Wait, we were going to go to the tavern, but we forgot to tell Slim the rest of the plan because all he knows is he's supposed to drug him."
Yeah, so basically we come back around and we're like, okay, so change of plans. We were going to meet at the tavern. And then we were like, oh, let's go follow the tabaxi we lost to the tavern because, that's where we saw the guy. And it just occurred to me, we never planned what the hell to do after everyone on the ship is drugged and asleep.
I mean,
we
actually,
have to knock
go
out the dog and loot the captain's quarters.
So I guess we're waiting here to to wait for Slim to come aboard and give us all clear.
Okay.
Perhaps if Slim is... I look over. Is Slim still look like he's on deck?
No one's on deck.
Okay.
We can try to sneak up onto deck and see if we can get a little closer.
That might be good idea.
Has he come to pick up
especially
the
because
stuff that we
I
left
can't
yet?
see
He
Jack
hasn't yet. He hasn't yet.
Oh, okay.
Those few dark visions.
Oh, well, I guess we gotta wait for him to come back because it's useless going now because he hasn't done anything. Cool.
Okay, if we can see that the dead drop hasn't been picked up yet, then we'll just wait.
Yeah, best to wait then. Looks like poison has not been delivered.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna find like a spot off to the side, maybe next to a couple of crates, so I'm a little shielded from that boat where they saw me. And I'm just gonna pull out loot and just be like, okay, we're gonna act like we're totally natural here, and I'm gonna start playing my loot.
In the dark. At the docks.
Because we have to have a reason to be here to just be creeping around the docks. And I don't have any dice or anything to play craps.
Isn't that what everyone is doing at the docks right now? It's just creeping around the docks. I mean, if anything,
Fair
don't
enough,
we blend in more by creeping around?
Fair enough. Maybe the music is not a good idea. I pull it out and I'm like, okay, maybe not. You're right.
You hear a haunting hiss noise for a brief moment after you guys have been sitting there for a moment, but that's it. You guys don't see anyone or anything. Varth, you're pretty sure that was a Yuan-Ti laughing, but you're not sure where it was at.
Okay. I'm just
sounds like a Yuan-Ti laughing.
A female one.
I don't know what that means.
Yuan-Ti. Probably not a good thing.
Oh. A maybe get your weapon ready thing, or
No. It could just be someone told a joke and she was laughing.
Oh, okay, so they're laughing at us, not a good thing. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm used to that.
Azra nods, she's also used to that.
I just kind of nod.
Yuan-Ti are deceptive, myself excluded. They are usually intent on deceiving others to betray them. I am a heretic of such, as I do not do such things. I also
I guess we're going to have to trust you on that.
A serpent god. I follow the goddess Dishia. She shows me the way. Most of the Yuan-Ti consider me a heretic. If anything, they would not be happy to see me here, unless they are also heretics.
Okay, good to know. So if we see anybody that looks like... Would I even know what a Yuan-Ti looks like?
You have heard a lot of rumors in Port Nazar.
Okay, so I probably have an idea, but it's also probably filled with a crap ton of just baseless rumors.
Yeah.
So it's between people who look like people with scales, and then it's a full-on giant freaking snake that's 20 feet tall.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you've heard a lot of rumors. I remember talking about this.
Yeah.
The one of the rumors you heard about the Yuan-Ti, and you're not sure if this is over-exaggerated or not, but they seem to be able to turn into snakes at will. And you also know, just in general from all the rumors you've heard, that if anyone knew Varth was a Yuan-Ti, they would probably try to kill him on the spot. Because all the rumors are they kidnap
I missed that last
people.
bit.
People want to kill Yuan-Ti.
Kidnap and eat people. Okay.
Yes. Video's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I think you guys have smoothed out some now.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay. So the last thing I heard was that they sometimes they can turn into snakes, and they sometimes like to kidnap and eat people.
Yep. And if anyone knew what Varth was, they would probably try to kill him on sight.
I'm on one hand, I kind of want to ask if he's like that, but also he seems pretty chill. So I'm like, okay, so we don't really need to worry about like your little gardener snake friend turning into like a Yuan-Ti and like stabbing our faces, right?
No.
Okay.
Varth would know if he was Yuan-Ti.
Okay, cool. So you'll just have to like fill us in because I'll be honest, I have heard all kinds of crazy shit about what Yuan-Ti are like, and none of those things said they're anything like you, buddy. You're one of a kind.
As I said, Varth is heretic.
Okay, as you guys are having that conversation, Azra, you notice Slim come up, and he's going to get it. He's going to get the poisoned drinks.
I point that out to the rest of the team.
He looks around. He doesn't see you guys because you're hiding, but you know he has dark vision because he's a half elf.
Can I make like the scent of a skunk like right he was the one that we made smell like a skunk, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to make it like right next to his head so he gets a whiff of it. And what I'm hoping to do is get his attention to get him and like make him aware that something's around and then like do a subtle wave so he comes over.
He seems to actually stand there and hesitate for a bit, like he was expecting you guys to just show up. And
okay. So when I see him hesitating, I'm gonna like make myself more known and like stand up and
I wave with his hat. I take the hat off and I wave with it.
He notices Dagger and goes to like start to subtly wave, and then he sees you with his hat and he immediately stops waving. And he just goes back to the ship to he nods to you guys. He nods to you guys like plans going.
Oh, okay.
And he goes back on the ship and goes back down below deck.
Sweet.
Okay. So
we shall wait a small period of time for them to consume drink, and then we will investigate.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna sit back down and be like, okay, so while we're waiting, like tell me about yourselves. And I'm actually gonna reach into my bag and I'm gonna pull out the spare bottle of wine and start passing it around.
This
seems like a good idea.
Coincidentally, as you pull out your bottle of wine, you hear from below deck on his ship, "Hurrah!" They seem excited. They got
a very quiet. Ah!
It's like a party in two halves.
Okay, so how much of the bottle are you guys going to go through? You can all share it, or
I want to drink enough, like, so that we're having fun, but I don't want to be drunk because I know that shit could go down.
Okay, drinking rolls.
Varth passes on the consumption of alcohol when you offer him some, and when you do, he replies, "Varth is immune to all poisons." Varth
it still tastes good.
Not to Varth, it does not.
Well, what do you like to drink? Water?
Spiced whiskey.
I was about to say,
okay.
Varth survives off of any living creature he swallows whole. The moisture from it is enough to keep him fine. He doesn't need to actually drink.
Good to know.
You guys haven't seen him drink or eat yet, but Yuan-Ti are pretty gross. Like, he would probably, if he was more evil, he would probably be like, yeah, that parrot looks nice, and just eat your parrot.
I imagine at this point the parrot's probably noped out a little bit because I eventually would just get boring. And like on one hand, it's like, it's cute, but I don't want to feed it all of my rations because like I don't have an endless supply of money.
It's the poor little thing. It just seems like it really is attached to you. Even if after you stop giving it food, it seems to follow you guys around. You notice that it's actually it seemed to have fallen asleep on top of the crate you guys are hiding on. Like he's like just like his head's buried into his feathers. And
I just sort of like take my hat off and put it over him.
We can share custody of the parrot. He can perch on my horns.
Yeah.
I like this. Everyone has a cute pet.
Team pet.
Varth has a pet, but we haven't seen it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Your snake, by the way, has not come back yet.
Well, I'm going to assume they might have killed it, but we continue to wait because we have to wait for the plane to go down. So
yeah.
Okay, after you guys have a drink each, we'll say safe. For my drinking rules, the first one's always free, and then You can have as many drinks equal to your con mod, and then I'll start making you do rolls.
Okay.
So you
So I
guys can down
imagine-
it all, and probably be fine.
Yeah, so we're not. I'm not drinking a lot, so it'd probably be only like maybe a cup or two worth, because I know that I can't hold my drink all that well.
Mm.
So like
I
I
have
know
to.
my limits, and I don't want to be drunk going into this, because that seems like a good way to get stabbed and killed.
Does the Tiefling take any?
Yeah, she has 2.
Okay. You got like maybe 1/4 of your bottle left.
Okay.
Cool.
And so I guess while we're waiting, I'm just like telling stupid stories and be like, okay, so there was this time that I was like, the first time I was on stage, it was ridiculous. It was the best role I was ever in. And it was going great until I sort of caught my wig on fire. And then I set the stage on fire. And I'm not invited back to that theater house anymore, unfortunately. But it was fun. I learned a lot there. It was cool.
I knew I liked you.
Okay.
You showed talent for setting things on fire.
I gotta ask, out of character, are you gonna go with like that actually happened in your background, or are you just telling stories?
Oh yeah, no, she does not have the greatest wisdom or the greatest dex. That probably actually happened.
Okay.
Especially like early in, where she like has no idea what the hell she's doing. She's just like, I'm gonna try things.
Varth, you remember about 10 days ago, the local theater did have a little fire accident.
Was that you 10 days ago in the theater?
Like, no, this was a couple years ago.
Just curious.
Like,
maybe you started a trend.
Days ago.
That is possible. Like it was like I did put a lot of my own personality into that play. Like somebody else wrote it, but like I really defined the character.
I know.
I think someone was just giving you a homage.
Yes, definitely. That's 100% what it was.
Perhaps was just a reenactment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you finish that story, you see Slim pop back up.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be looking for you guys again.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. And I guess we're gonna try and be stealthy. Do we see anybody other than him down here?
Surprisingly not. You actually saw one of the merchant guards, which is one of those guys you ran into before. He just like casually walked towards the harbor, looked over, didn't see anything. He didn't seem to care. He just kept going.
Okay. I'm actually going to leave my hat with the bird because, like, it's very noticeable. And also, my hat is bright white and would be very visible in the middle of the night.
You're certain.
I also have a white hat, and I'm going to leave it with that, too.
Like, I'm just going to let the bird sleep and also, like, hopefully
so comfy.
have a lower profile.
As you remove your white-brimmed hat, Morty wakes up and is, like, startled a little bit. And he's like, sweet.
Oh.
I put him in the pouch.
Probably smart to keep him a little, yeah.
No squeaking, okay?
You hear a muffled squeak. You know one means yes, two means no.
We've talked about this.
That's so cute. Yeah, so I guess we're going to approach the ship. I don't want to actually like, go on to the deck. I just want to get like closer to where the like dock is.
Okay. We'll go with marching order. So Dagger's first. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, and then Varth in the back? Or are you going to stay back and still wait for your snake?
No.
Okay. So
I know the snake will wait for me. It considers me a god. It'll wait.
Yeah, it's only been a few minutes in game, so
right.
It probably just got below deck for all you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's a snake. It's very slow. Especially since I told it to avoid humanoids, look around, and come back and tell me what you saw. It's a snake.
Yeah, we have no idea how many people are on that ship.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It could be like avoiding 20 guys.
Right, exactly. So best to do what we can. So we'll just go back to go to the meet Slim there.
Yeah, okay, so Slim comes up to you and he goes, okay, they're all asleep, but I'm not sure for how long. Gotta move.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Nodding. Get your sleep spell ready for the dog.
Yep. definitely. Where is the dog? I look to Slim. I'm like, what's the dog doing? Where is it?
It's asleep.
You dropped the dog too?
I put some in its water bowl. Actually,
Nice.
no, the drow did. That he spoils the thing. He went to put some of his drink in its water
Wonderful.
bowl.
Awesome. Thank you.
I could have not.
That worked out rather well then.
I didn't
I
think
guess
of that.
let's help ourselves to some ship. After all, it's illegal good anyway.
Wait, before I get you guys further, remember the promise with the dog? As he looks over at Varth.
Yes.
All right.
I smile.
All right. So
You can't
guys,
see it.
Behind
I
your
smile.
mask.
The little parts of my eyes go up a little bit.
you guys go below deck. He goes for the dog to go pick it up, and it's a big dog, so he needs your help.
Oh, I help.
I actually look, I'm like, should we wait until the dog wakes up to chuck it?
I think we should wait till we're done.
Picking it up might wake it up.
It is drugged. It will be out for a while. Keep searching.
Okay.
He will be right back.
He says, "I would like it to drown for all I care." As he goes to actually.
As I go to touch it, I'm like standing there with like, I don't know what spell I'm gonna cast, but I'm prepared for bad things to happen.
I just kind of nod when I see you readying, and I'm like let's be cautious here, and we take it
like
up.
I don't know what's gonna happen because if the drow wakes up, I gotta use something else because sleep ain't doing jack.
Right.
Okay.
The dog incapacitated. I follow through with the agreement I gave to Slim, and we chuck him off the deep end of the dock.
Yeah. Both of you hold him by its ankles, like so it's upside down, and you guys like sway like 1, 2, 3. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, I feel so bad.
If you had said it was an animal, I wouldn't be doing this. You didn't say it was an animal, so I don't feel bad at all.
It's just like some demon dog. It can't help
Yep,
who its masters are.
As far as Varth's concerned, it's a monster. It's not natural.
I
It's
mean,
a
it
monster.
definitely is a monster, but still.
Yeah, my strength saving throw is just continuing with the trend of this evening. 5.
Okay. You guys go to throw it off. You kind of like just barely get your half over the ship, but Slim actually gives a pretty good throw, and it like spins.
You're like
It's
this.
stuff.
It like spins because you're holding one end, he's holding the other end, and he's got more
Right.
force in yours. So it
Right.
like spins off the ship and lands in the
We just
water.
hear like this dull thud against the side of the hull.
You hear it as it goes into the water.
Oh.
You don't hear any movement.
And I look over at
Nobody's-
Slim, and I'm like, let's get back.
So, like, down
The
here,
ship loot.
do we see any of them? Are they, like, on the floor passed out right here? Or are they, like, maybe in the sleeping quarters or whatever?
You see, they're all still out here. The whole 2 people that are here.
Okay.
The human, he is passed out. You're not sure if he's passed out because of the drug or passed out because of the drinks.
Okay.
The drow is also out, and he's like leaning back on his chair. So
Okay.
He's like the chair is propped up onto the side of the wall. That's the
Okay.
only reason why he hasn't fallen over.
Okay.
I move the drow so that he's like on the table and not gonna fall over while we're looting. And
That's probably smart.
And then I continue looking around to try to find
I
out.
sort of,
Where is
I
he
immediately go
manifest?
to those locked doors and I'm like, I don't have a lot of things to help with this. Either of you guys?
I'm gonna try my magic key.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so anyone in chat, I've given everyone a common magic item from Xanathar's, either from Xanathar's actual book or from this supplement. So her mystery key has a chance of unlocking anything. And
So I'm rolling
it doesn't work.
percentile dice, right?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'll have you roll.
I'm just like, well, and I tuck it back in my pocket.
Okay. You actually notice as you go to turn the key that these locks aren't actually locked. They seem to just be there.
They're just there for show.
decoration. Yeah.
Decorative locks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not like the universe messed up on these doors or anything, but yeah. They're not
Okay.
locked.
Do these
So
locks that are on the doors look like they're made out of a sturdy metal?
They look like they're made of a sturdy metal and they're part of the door. Like you'd have to dismantle the door.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
So I just open up the nearest one as quietly as I can.
Okay. The left one or the right one? The left one was the one that looked like it might have been the captain's quarters. And the right
The left one, then, definitely.
Okay.
Whichever one is the captain's quarters.
Okay. You see on the door frame, it actually has her name engraved into it. This captain seems to be much into herself. As you open up the door slowly, this chamber is nicely decorated with a table and chairs. There's a wooden writing desk and a fine silk curtain separating this room from a small bedchamber. The smell of fine perfume almost masks the scent of the sea in this room, but you don't see anybody.
I immediately go to the desk.
It's well lit, like there's still candles. They look like they're about to, like they got maybe a half hour left on them.
And do I see anything on the desk, any books or writings or anything?
Yes, you actually see a crumpled, half-finished letter, and it has addressed onto it, Duor Orlando.
Okay.
Do you open it to read it?
Is it sealed?
No, it's just crumpled up.
Oh, then yes, I definitely open it up.
Like, it looked like it was sealed, but it's not anymore.
Okay.
It says, Captain Durol, which is Florina Durol. The next shipment is prepared for you at my shop at sundown tomorrow. No funny business, I swear. Please leave my family out of it this time. You also see a written manifest listing all the cargo on the ship.
I immediately look at that and just try and read it.
Okay. If you do you take it? Because he was wanting evidence. That'd be like perfect evidence.
Both of those seem like perfect evidence too, because that shows they've been threatening the populace.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I kind of didn't want them to know we were here. So, is it written deeply enough that I could put like a page from my book over it and do like a quick shading?
You could copy down what's on there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. If I can do it within like a minute or two, because I don't know how long those dudes are out.
Okay, you make quick notes. It apparently the crew is of 20, and they seem to carry a lot of animal pelts, poisons, and a few other exotic contraband, along with a whole bunch of rations. Like for all those crates out there, they're salted rations and cloth. And you notice they're listed by the hundreds, so maybe like each container's 100 pounds worth of cloth or 100 pounds of rations. But you see that they have marked that the animal pelts and poisons and stuff seems to total 2,000 gold worth.
Okay. And that was with the pelts and the poisons?
That was the exotic stuff. Exotic contraband. You're assuming the smuggling stuff.
Okay.
Like the rations and stuff are covered.
Yeah. Do I see, like, I'm going to look around the desk and see if there's like a personal journal or anything else of note? No, nothing else. Okay. Actually, you find really nice captain's clothes in the closet. I'm not really interested in stealing anything like that. Anything else you guys see in here that looks interesting?
I don't know. Looking around, do we see anything that looks like it's going to be like worth it, or that would be missed if it were taken?
You see a small little painting that has been framed next to her bed as you open up that silk drape that was covering up her bed area. And the painting is her, and both of her arms are around each head of the dog. And she's smiling, and the dog looks really happy.
I feel so bad now.
I don't.
Why can I?
You see, it's like big, giant, jagged monster teeth as it's like panting happily in the picture. It's both.
Yeah, we need to get Slim out of here. Slim is freaking dead when this woman gets back. I just remembered that she did a lot of smuggling of priceless artifacts. Does anything in here look like of historic value?
You notice on the manifest, no, and not in her room either.
Okay. I guess do we want to check out the next room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we very quietly go back out. I'm trying to leave everything as it was.
Okay.
So hopefully she has no idea we were here.
I will go over to the two crew members that are asleep, and I find something on them that looks like it belongs to the other person that's valuable, and give it to the other person. Especially if it's like a ring of some kind. I like, oh, he has a ring. I take it off his finger and put it on the other guy's finger, and I like swap. Like, oh,
Chaos
this looks like
maker.
valuable.
Love it.
You just swap things around to make it look like something.
While he's
happened.
doing that, I'm going to open up the next door and peek in.
Okay. Varth, before you peek in, the drow seems to have a whistle, and it says dog on the side of it, almost like it's a dog whistle. And the other one also has a whistle. It looks exactly the same, but doesn't say dog on it. And you switch out both.
Yes.
Somebody's going deaf in the morning.
Oh, you also notice that the human had a deck of playing cards, and they seem to be a weird card game you've never seen before. They have like little pictures of creatures on them, and they have like, hey, they do this and that, and they have this many attack points.
Do each of them have some of these cards? Or just he has all the cards?
They're sprawled on the table, but it looks like the
they were
human
playing
also
a
has
game.
more.
Okay.
Some of them are labeled trap, some of them are labeled magic, some of them are labeled monster.
I swapped some of them around while you're looking through the ship.
There's actually wait.
You just ruined the deck they built. They spent so much money on that deck.
You see a shiny glisten catches your eye as you're sorting through these, and you notice one
blue eyes.
is like holographic and it looks really nice, and it says Tarask on it, and you see a picture of a Tarask on it, and it says Attack Infinity.
Oh my god!
Did the human have this one?
Yes, these are.
All right, I put it in the drow's deck for sure. Then.
Okay. You notice the drow has a white dragon with blue eyes in his deck as well.
And I give that to the human. I put that in the human's deck where the Tarask card was.
Okay.
Whatever a Tarask is.
These guys are going to wake up and be like so completely gaslighted, be like, I have no idea what happened.
Right?
Fun fact.
And now they're going to have each other's things and have already looking like this guy stole that guy's stuff. And that it's going to be fun.
Fun fact, I've referenced Yu-Gi-Oh! In every campaign I've run.
Nice.
Just because it's really funny, just imagining like a fantasy world and they're playing a current game. But all right, you peek into the next room. It is dark in here. There's no lights.
I'm gonna peek in behind her with my dark vision.
Okay, you see four hammocks hang around the edges of this room, and 3 pirates are slumped in the hammocks. A pile of silver coins and paper sit on a table in the middle, though.
I see them. Can I see any of this with the light from the outside of the? Because I imagine there's light on the area where they were playing cards.
You see the shine of the coins on the table.
What I'm asking is, can I see the paper? Can I see the shape of the paper at all?
No. You can just barely make out the glint of the metallic.
All right, I just kind of.
I'll tell you there's
Azra.
Papers on the table. And also paper and money.
Give me
if the paper is small enough, maybe your mouse could go get it and bring it back.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe. Azra, before you do that, perception check.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, there's these papers. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Really wish I had Mage Hand right now.
Right.
I'm doing it. I'm getting the papers. I'm going to sneak in there.
Are you doing it, or do you want me to?
I'll do it.
Were you going to send in Morty, or were you going to go in yourself?
Well, I don't have to speak with animals. So can I do that?
You could ask me to do it.
You did.
You know Morty knew you can talk to Morty, and Morty knows everything you're saying to it.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask him to do it then.
Okay.
While he does it, I'm like sitting there and like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. If they move an inch, I'm instantly casting sleep. Because all these guys look human, right?
You can't.
Even if I
tell.
wouldn't know, I'd try it anyway.
You can't quite tell. So most of them, they're wearing full clothes and they seem to be slunched over. You can't really see their faces or anything. But
so I'm imagining I'm just like sitting there. It's pitch dark in there. I'm like, I really hope I can hear something moving because I can't see jack.
Okay, quick question, you guys. How late are you guys want to go? You want to go like another half hour or another hour? Or...
I'm good with either.
I'm easy.
I think at the least maybe we should finish up what the ship, this particular ship, and then like get back to where the snake's going to meet us, and we can.
Yeah, at least get off the boat.
Right. We could stop there, and that would be like a decent at least point to stop for this week.
I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys get off.
Maddie, do you agree with that?
Yep.
Oh.
I was about to say it's like 8:30 for her right now, so. But anyway.
Yeah, it actually took me a while to realize that you were in Australia.
Yeah. My accent goes a little bit American whenever I talk to anyone that's not Australian. So
yeah,
I'm in stealth mode.
I did kind of wonder for a brief moment or so there.
I've noticed
I'm just going to play it off. That's my Neverwinter accent.
There's a lot of Australian D&D fans I've noticed on Twitter. Or maybe just because you and Scarlet Moth have done stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But you send Morty in, right?
Yeah.
He goes to, you tell him to do it, and he goes to squeak, but he remembers you told him not to. So he like goes, and he like just barely meets, and he just nods his little furry head.
I whisper that he's a good boy.
He nuzzles his nose on you, and he goes off.
Oh my god. So cute.
He goes into the room, and what's his perception?
Good question.
Because you had his stats, I remember, but
yes, I do.
I assume it's low.
It's a 5, so -3.
Oh, okay, yeah. He rolled low too. So all right, he goes into the room.
Okay.
He goes into the room, and he goes to check out the dead bodies. And you notice one of the legs of the table, underneath it, something starts to move, and a snake is there. It camouflaged itself as the floorboards, and it had a octopus camouflage thing going. It's a really big snake, and it goes to strike Morty.
For what it's worth, Morty would have advantage on smell perceptions, but
that is true. He does.
I rolled 2 4s.
I don't know how much.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
yeah, because like I don't know how much a snake would smell.
Okay, the snake goes to strike. If you had any reactions, now would be the time to use it.
Oh no!
Can I hear that thing? Can I hear something moving?
You see it moving. Like,
as soon as I see movement, because
am I close enough to the room at this point?
Yes.
Do I notice that it's a snake?
No, you just see movement right now.
All right. Well, I was going to say my reaction was going to be to say something in my parcel tongue, but let's see.
Of course, the one you didn't send your snake to has a snake on it already.
Naturally.
Right. Obviously. Yeah.
For a half second, it occurred to me. I'm like, I thought that was that one snake.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, I think that was us losing Mari.
No, this is really important.
Okay, so for what it's worth, as soon as I heard any movement at all, I wasn't caring what it was. I was going to cast sleep, and I will go ahead and put Morty to sleep if that means saving him.
Oh yeah, let's roll initiative.
Because like we can sneak in and get him later.
Yeah, my HUD's going to get all messed up, but that's fine. If we get her back, it will reset itself. Right now, Blake's in 2 windows.
Oh, god damn it! That's a natural 1.
Oh,
No.
man.
So,
right,
3 initiative.
Okay, the snake's definitely going before you.
Oh no, poor Morty.
Varth, do you want to roll initiative on this?
If I'm able to I don't have a reaction though. I don't think I have any that I've prepared.
I'm going to be nice because I really don't want Morty to die. You can roll initiative.
Yeah, because like I would have had my reaction
5?
was to hold sleep because I was like planning on doing that when crap went down.
Okay.
Let me see if I've got any kind of spell that could help here.
The snake rolled a 13 on initiative,
Mm.
and it leaps from the ground like its spring jumps, and it gets Morty. It rolled a critical.
Oh
Like it has advantage, and it rolled a 19 and a 20. So, yeah.
no! Okay, so Morty.
You just see the snake jump at Morty, and Morty's gone.
Now, because what kind of snake is it? Does it like bite him or does it swallow him whole? Because like that's a bigger snake, right?
Got a message. Okay, wait.
Hey, you're back.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay,
Sorry,
I got some bad news.
Oh no!
The snake rolled a critical on advantage
Oh
on Morty.
shit! No.
It jumped at Morty, and what you saw was it like Donkey Kong snake spring jump at Morty, and Morty's just gone. It just disappeared.
So, question: is the snake big enough to swallow him whole?
The snake is large sized.
Oh boy, that snake's big enough to swallow us whole.
Yeah.
Just go in after him. You cut your way out from the inside.
Roll initiative. You might change fate here.
I rolled a 3 on my initiative.
Yeah, everyone rolled low.
Where is that natural 20?
Nope. That's a 14.
Oh, you still beat it. You still beat it by 1.
Okay.
Okay, so you're seeing.
Oh god.
You see movement under the table, and it looks like it's whatever this is about to attack your little mouse.
Big too.
Morty rolled -2 on perception, so Morty has no idea this is happening.
He is but a wee boy.
Yeah.
So much for stealth. I'm just imagining like fire just fills the entire room.
I
Fireball!
mean, Azra's pretty pissed that this is happening, so that there may be flames involved.
You're within 10 feet.
Could you just shoot fire blindly at the thing under the table and miss Morty?
Well, she can probably easily see Morty because she's got dark vision.
Yeah.
I'm the one who can't see Jack.
Yeah, I can see pretty good too at dark vision, so.
You see the snake was actually coiled around the bottom of the leg of the table, and it has octopus camouflage, and it made itself look like wooden texture. So your dark vision wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. I rolled stealth for it, so.
But she sees it move. So what are you gonna do? What's Azra do?
Can I cast Unseen Servant and then get my servant to just grab the mouse and get him out of the way?
Sure.
I mean, Unseen Servant can lift things, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just getting him out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
Your servant grabs it and it moves the mouse right out of the way just in time. You're pretty sure your mouse would have been food otherwise.
Oh, thank God.
I really didn't want him to die. But
your initiative saved this.
The snake immediately darts around and looks at all of you. Give me an intelligence nature check.
It's a snake. It's a snake, right?
It's a special snake.
That is a 12.
Chult specific snake.
Oh boy. Okay.
I got a 12 nature.
Okay, you know what it is.
Right.
I rolled a 19.
Right. I don't know what it is, but I know it's a snake. I've got that
all your dice need to go into jail, Blake. All of
them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
Is my.
You're Yuan-Ti. Roll advantage. You're Yuan-Ti. Come on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you were a snake.
It's I don't know.
Substantially better. 5.
Yeah, you need to throw those out.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, this is a big snake. Everyone who's not a snake person knows that it is a jaculi. Or no, jacoli.
Oh.
Jacoli.
Oh.
It's a 15-foot long snake that can alter the color and texture of its scales to camouflage itself. It is only found in Chult.
Do I know how dangerous this thing is?
Yes, it's very dangerous.
Very.
Its hide is used for boots of striding and springing and cloak of invisibility.
Nice. Okay. So
I'm just going to leave it over great. How important is that paperwork?
I
we
look to the
don't
snake.
even know what it is.
I
Like,
look
you probably
to the
can't see it from here.
I look to the snake, and now that we can see that it's a snake, I speak to it.
Okay. On its turn, it striked and missed, and I think you were next. Yeah. So, what do you say?
What are you doing?
It says back to you, food.
I can find you better food. This food is friends of ours. You will not kill it.
Roll me animal handling with advantage. It rolled low, so unless you somehow roll like 53s in a row.
Surprisingly enough, animal handling was not on my list of things to do.
Go charisma if you want, since you're actually trying to persuasion, maybe.
Yeah,
go with that.
Deception would probably be the only option I have at this point, and that's not what I'm doing.
You could be lying about getting other food.
Well, your animal handling would probably be higher than your persuasion because you got a high wisdom as a druid, right?
Well, that's true. That's true. 6 and 5.
Yeah, you switch out that D20, man.
I'm gonna buy you some new dice.
Yeah,
right. Seriously,
just like that's trash. That's a no.
All right, wait, hang on a second.
It rolled low, but it rolled what you got.
Sorry, that was 6 and 10.
Okay, 10 total.
Yeah.
Okay, with your advantage, I'll give you that. So it seems to hesitate, like it knows you're a better being, but it really wants to eat that mouse, and that's all it does on its turn. Do you do anything else on yours?
I say, do you eat people? Kind of questioningly to it.
I'm just imagining this thing just going, yes.
You called it. It looks over at the sleeping pirates and goes, yes.
But then I think you have 4 meals sitting right there. We're going to go if you don't mind.
More for me. It goes to next turn. It will go somewhere. Dagger, your turn.
I look over at Vince. I'm like, it's not gonna eat us, right?
I just kind of have my hand out, like, I got this. Like
Should I go save Morty the mouse?
Just a bunch of serpent noises is all you hear.
I'm like very cautiously stepping in, and I'm looking at Vince like, this thing isn't gonna kill me, right? What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and like edge around the snake, like hopefully on the side of the wall that doesn't have sleeping people, and like take the mouse from the unseen servant, and then reach down and try and grab those papers as well.
Give me a sleight of hand for doing both.
God damn it! No, dice jail. That's a 4. It literally just launched across the room, and I don't even care.
Okay, you grab the mouse, but the papers scatter everywhere.
Oh no, that's like the best that could have gone, because I just remember just sitting on top of a pile of coins. I just freeze.
The paper falls to the ground, and you can actually see what it says on it. Do you want to glimpse at it real quick?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to see what it says. Yeah.
Okay, you see on the header of this one piece of paper, it says, it looks like it's really poorly made. Somebody like hand wrote it on a scribble, and it says, "How to train your ejaculi."
I'm just
we can leave those papers.
At least I got
my
the mouse. I just you just see me like look down, and I'm like,
and
that
you
was
see,
not
like,
worth this risk.
a really crudely drawn snake on it.
I just like carefully pull the mouse a little closer and further away from the snake. And I don't know how big this room is, so I would just use the rest of my movement to get out if I can.
It's 15 by 10. So,
Okay, yeah, so I could probably get in and get out.
Yeah, the hammock's on the opposite side.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm just like giving the big giant snake a big berth, and then hiding behind Vance because clearly this thing likes him and not us.
It seems like whatever Varth said to it seemed to distract it, like it wants to go to the other side of the room. It didn't even pay you any attention. All right.
When it's my turn again or my round again, I say to the snake, if you're looking to eat and run, there's 2 sleeping people in here. You can help yourself to the dark-skinned one.
Azra,
That's racist.
it's your turn.
It's a drow. It's not a human. It's a monster.
Well, that's
You're
true.
not human anymore.
I assume Dagger's next to me, so I'm going to grab Morty if I can.
Okay, we'll consider that a no action thing.
Okay, and then I'm going to book it. I'm
Okay.
booking it out of here.
Okay, you dart out of this place, right?
Bye.
Okay, if you dash, you're like up on top of the deck.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to dash.
Okay, Slim just sees you just bolt, and he's just like,
No.
what? And he goes like to peer over to see what the heck you guys were doing in there. And all right, so then Varth tells
Slim, you
the
might want to
snake
get out of here.
Varth tells the snake that you know it heard you, but it seems to already be slithering over towards those bodies. Give me a medicine.
Give me a second. I gotta go save my dice from the dog.
Okay.
Medicine check. Doopy-doo-boo. So wait, straight wisdom save. Got it. All right. Hey, 16.
Okay. Yeah, all those guys are dead already. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the snake already killed them all.
Okay. Well, I look to you guys and I go, the snake already killed the rest of the crew. I closed the door now that no one's in that room.
You see, it starts to like swallow one of their feet, like it's gonna try to swallow.
My dog's creeping in. He's trying to get me to play.
Aww.
Aww.
I just try and go save my dice from him because he's got the bad habit of eating everything he finds on the floor.
Standard dog.
I'm surprised my kitten hasn't done anything. He seems to know whenever I'm streaming, because whenever I start streaming, he just goes to sleep.
Yeah, our basement is our game room, so he knows that whenever we're down here, we're pretty much just going to ignore him for a while. So he'll be fine until I'm done, and then he'll bug the crap out of me to play for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just kind of tell you guys that the people in this room are all already dead. The snake killed them in their sleep. Apparently, they didn't know how to handle it better than they thought.
Snake?
Oh.
You hear Slim say?
A rather large one could easily eat us. Best we leave.
Oh, I remember those nitwits bought some at the market the other day.
Okay, so
What did that
Slim,
Some, as in more than one.
Yeah, there was Larry, Curly, and Mo.
I nod and I kind
I'm
of go,
calling this down the stairs.
it's best you leave quickly. I will handle this.
Yeah, that thing looked
Okay.
vicious. That thing looked
I look-
vicious. Get out of here.
I
look
realized
to
that
Dagger.
there are 2 more, and I'm like, okay.
I look to Dagger and I'm like, did you get the manifest?
Yep, we should leave. And I looked at Slim, I'm like, if you want to come with us, you're fine. They don't know we were here. So if you want to stay and maybe earn a little bit more gold tomorrow, that'd be great. But otherwise, we're out.
On the word of gold, his eyes light up and he says, all right.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Maybe find a reason to come by, and I give him the name of the tavern that we're at.
Where am I going to sleep now? As he looks over at the crew's quarters you guys just left.
I go, I have a better idea. And I look to the 2 of you and I'm like, best start leaving. I open the door to the room the snakes are in. And I walk over to the drow's body and the half-elf's body, and I take their coin pouches and I give them to Slim. Get yourself a nice room and I give him the tavern that's near where we went in town.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I look into the room where the snakes are, and I'm like, there's 2 more out here.
You hear it go. As you see, it's like it's got like its head to like the ankle of one of the legs.
Ugh, I'm out. I'm like, nope. I'm good.
I'm sorry. I can just picture the snake like, trying to talk with the human
like
inside of him. Like,
unhinging its jaw, trying to get a boot in its mouth.
Oh no!
easily getting a boot in its mouth if it's large sized.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
God,
15,
yeah, no, it's huge.
It's a
Ugh.
15-foot long snake. It's an anaconda, pretty much.
And if there's 3 of them in there, then yeah.
Wait. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like Dagger isn't really scared of snakes, but this snake, she's like, nope, I'm not messing with that.
that's what
I'm
it looks
not.
like.
Oh no!
Can you see that?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see it, and
Okay.
Dag's like, nope, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I don't mess with snakes that big.
Yeah,
I just kind of talk to him and I'm like, yeah, there's 3 more out here, you guys, and we then I leave.
You hear from the snake as you're leaving. Taste salty. So you leave.
Yeah, so I guess
there's
we're going back up the.
Oh boy, yeah, okay. Whew.
Okay.
I grabbed some salty rations.
Okay, there's 20 100-pound crates of rations. How much do you take?
I don't know. I like salty rations.
I
Snake
see him
like
going
salty
for that.
things.
I'm like, we probably want to make it look like we were never here, though.
I look over at the rest of the crew, know what's in the next room, and I'm like, we're good. There's a snake here.
All right.
I take some rations out, but I'm not going to go hog wild because I don't want to eat too much salty food. So I take 3 salty meat rations basically, and I close the crate back up.
Okay.
I'm already out. I saw them big snakes. I'm like, nope. I'm gone. I'm up deck with Azra, and I'm like, okay. I think we're done for now. Let's kind of bail.
Yeah, I say we're done.
You hear from the top of the deck, like there's a grate on the top of the deck that you can peer down below deck,
Mhm.
and you can hear from down below there like thrashing noises of the snake moving around down there.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so big, like it whams the wall and you hear it.
Yeah. I'm like, we should probably get going.
As you're leaving,
I come up and I'm.
You catch a glimmer of that Jurassic card as you're leaving.
I just kind of shake my head, and then I pick it back up again, and I take it with me.
It's worth 5 gold. It's a very valuable card.
Yikes. Yeah.
Okay. Put it under my money section here.
You see, it says the Almighty Jurassic card.
Shiny Tarask card. And I'll put 5 gold next to it because you told me already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we ought to head back to the tavern, and then tomorrow we can go back and talk to Zindar, the portmaster.
Might be a good idea. We'll meet Slim.
As was
at the
just
tavern.
shoving Morty in the pouch and like closing it really tight and like doing
Yeah.
a move from there.
Did you guys want to check out that other ship before?
We don't really have a
tomorrow.
plan.
I go to where the
prefer
snake was
know
supposed
more.
to meet us and see if the snake was there yet.
Okay, you head over there, and the snake is there.
Okay.
Oh.
I pick the little guy up and I'm kind of like, what did you see? How many people?
He goes, and we'll save that for the next episode.
Ah!
All right. Oh, by the way, I'm going to reward the tiny gardener snake with some salty meat.
Oh.
I was actually wondering. I'm like, I don't know what a snake eats. Like, I'd give him whatever, but I don't want to give him the bird, and I don't want to give him the mouse. So
I mean, salty meat's probably like a super, super, like, valuable reward, but it's a gardener
Fair
snake.
enough,
It
yeah.
probably couldn't even eat the mouse or the bird without choking to death. So it's
Yeah,
probably
fair
most
enough.
likely going to hunt down, like, tiny vermin of some kind.
Yeah, they eat like mostly crickets, right?
Crickets and other bugs like that.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
With the Wicked Gaze. Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.